Alrighty. We are back, boys. What up, Vulcan? Inflamed tonsils? That does not sound fun. Hey, Vivid! Yeah, no, that... I'm sure it does. That sounds awful. Even water hurts? Oof. Yeah, I got my tonsils removed when I was a kid, so, I cannot relate to what you're going through. Hey, I am boss. What's going on? It's my... Wait, let me refresh my stream so I get drops, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Very good. Hey, Math.
Overwatch Champion Series. I love the sound of that.
And EXO against the wall, and Team Peps will full cap.
Where did Pelican come from? Straight on top of their heads.
Quartz won't let them stand much longer, kneecapping 3 in that fight.
The new kings of EU have been crowned. Toronto defiant in an absolute shutout. Some kings were born to rule.
All right, let's get it.
What's up, everyone? Zoe here. Welcome to day 3 of the...
What do you think we'll get to see teams like Toronto and Falcons play relatively soon? There's a good opportunity for them to meet up in Dallas. We'll see how the bracket goes, of course, but there's a strong possibility we will see them play in Dallas.
Too long. And now I thought he was going to find someone else back in the UK, but fortunately, you know, he's come back and now we're living in LA again and everything's happy.
We're so bad.
Maybe he did find someone.
Is the reason you're now streaming on both YouTube and Twitch? What?
It wasn't so uncomfortable.
Or is there not a reason, is what you mean?
Well, some of you watching might be here for the caster fanfic. Others just to enjoy some good, honest Overwatch. A fun fact, you'll get the best of both worlds if you follow our social media accounts.
Is Schmungus playing today? They are.
Manager under pressure.
Schmungus is playing today. They will be the second match.
For all the goodness. If you got some banger memes and opinions to share with us as well, of course, please tag OW_esports and you could be featured in the show or retweeted for fame and fortune. Well, probably just fame.
Just fame, not fortune.
Actual fortune. We're not gonna.
No one's getting paid for tweets.
You've seen people stream on both at the same time. Yeah, I've considered it. To be honest, I'm kind of scared to try, though. I don't know how my PC and/or internet will handle that. I'm a little terrified. That might be something I have to test someday.
Everyone's vying for that #1 spot, and it's pretty competitive. We just saw yesterday a lot of the teams
make
their way out of the groups. We have a couple more games today to see if anyone can.
Someday down the line, I'll probably experiment. I've never done something like that before, though, honestly.
Yeah, awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas,
I've never attempted multi-streaming.
Down our first LAN event, and we of course would love to see you there as well. You get to meet us and potentially some of your favorite players. Let's take a look at who's in the running in the EMEA region to make it all the way. But first, let's take a look at some tickets. love tickets. Here's standings, love standings as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm just in love with everything, honestly.
Big
I'm just a
graphics
very
fan.
positive person. Big graphics fan, absolute aficionado. Yeah, I mean, today we're gonna say goodbye to some teams, which is gonna be very exciting. We also have one more minutes match to be played in Group D, which is
M80, yeah, M80 almost lost to Pirates in Pajamas. We were watching that banger of a game. I even said M80 was gonna win 3-2. It happened. I was kind of surprised, but let's go. Rare ATPW.
Some enigmas, at least to me, in this team. I guess the most well-known faces will be...
This could be a pretty good game today, though, Chad. Oh, you can't see that. It's a Psycho. Let me move that up for you. Get a poll going for y'all. Peace and Love versus Ataraxia. This could be a good game, IMO.
Love and Ataraxia actually faced off in the Swiss stage, and it went to... Wait, let me just guarantee this. I believe it went to Ataraxia.
To say it with
2-1.
confidence.
It was close. It was a map 3 banger, so we're going to have a good match going up against us. There's some more familiar names as we move over to Ataraxia. So Shax is obviously a story player. Actually, he's been around so long.
Wait, oh, wait a second.
2019, so
Wait, Sauna's on the bench and Shax is playing?
Lesser known names as well on this team.
Hang on, changing the title of the stream.
I love what you said. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna make sure. Didn't.
Can Shax's new team get through
Peace and
groups?
Love, came away with a win. It was a 2-1. So yeah, it's
Interesting.
a little bit of a rematch here, and it's going to be fairly close. I mean, I love again. It's very much a lot of new players, a lot of new faces, and then you have a lot of old heads as well, including some people like Shax. Like
Old
you were saying.
heads.
Yeah, I love watching the old heads. I love watching people that I've cast before. Like.
And then if Sauna gets subbed in for the second map, I'll say, can Sauna's team win again? It's genius.
I'm always surprised to see what team MCD lands on, but yeah, I guess just an EU.
I think this is going to be 5 maps. IMO. I'm expecting a good game. I feel like on paper, this is a good match.
Ataraxia, of course, they were already present in stage 1, made quite a lot of changes heading into stage 2. They picked up 4 players from Quick Esports.
I think both of these teams are getting out of this group regardless of who wins this game, personally.
Yeah, so
But
weirdly enough, like I'm actually surprised that it wasn't Ataraxia.
I don't know
winning
who...
this one
I
in the
mean,
stage
my
because-
bias wants me to pick the Shax team, but I'm also kind of high on this Peace and Love squad. I like how they're playing.
There's always so much like hidden talent. There's
Oh my god, 85% to 15?
Most uprising thing you've ever seen.
That is insane.
I'm just trying to keep on their spirit as we move.
Ataraxia sounds like an over-the-counter medicine.
I think
It does.
Swiss stage we've talked about in the past. Everyone's always trying, but it's
I think this is going to be much closer than that kind of poll. Oh my lord.
This is really where everything matters.
There's no way it's going to be that much of a blowout. Ain't no way.
And punch a ticket to the top 8.
Yeah, my favorite thing actually about this match too is that Abik put out the classic. Yeah, we don't scrim, by the way. We're just a fun team. Still finished top 4, by the way. So yeah, 4 fun, exactly.
We don't scrim, they say. That is legendary. I love that.
We're doing it for fun.
I think I am going to pick Ataraxia, though,
End up placing really high, and they're like, oh, okay.
because
But they
Shax,
win all the good
but
games for
also
their team. That's what happened.
I think this team is better than where they placed.
That's crazy. No way. I really like Abik.
3-2 for Ataraxia.
They were Hot Babe and Cool Boys, so I'm hoping they run it back with those names. I love the Open Swiss names, man. It reminds me of FRD back then.
Custo was not the first in history to play all 3 rules. Yeah, I know that.
But when there'll be a
We looked that
following,
up.
so you never know.
You'll never know.
That was false information by Zoe on purpose.
Opportunities to make that happen. You know, also spitting some facts here in the lower
Yeah,
third.
W lower third.
AI got it wrong yesterday, although it did try to gaslight me into thinking Costa was in fact the first player. I asked AI
Yeah, I like
5 different ways, and AI kept on coming back with that Costa narrative.
Dude,
I
paying
don't know,
off
did you
AI.
pay them?
Yeah, I've been paying off AI just to sort of boost my stonks. I also won MVP in 2018. Test it out on open air, see what happens. So
I'm like tempted to just ask to see what happens.
What kind of like data set was the model working off where it's like, yeah, actually Scott won everything. He won every stage of the Overwatch League
Yeah, but
ever,
as soon
every
as we dug
championship.
into it, like at first we'd go like, oh yeah, that was Costa, and then I go like, are you sure? And they're like, oh actually, excuse me.
she's
for
under
the
me.
mix-up." I'm like,
It's so ridiculous. Scott actually paying people off.
it's interesting as well
apologize.
because it's not even like I wasn't the first. I don't think I've ever played tank in a
Yeah, there's no way Custa's ever played tank.
Because
Yes, in World
there was used to flex support like Sombra meta, where the health packs would give you EMP charge back in the day, but I've never done it. I've never played tank, so I don't even know where they're pulling from. So, you know.
But the AI is gassing you up.
Yeah,
I
Like,
like
you
it.
should-
You shouldn't stop it.
AI
Good luck, Hitman. Totally understandable.
And see what they have a lot of good
Luck
things
with
to
your
say about
studies.
that. I'm sure they have a lot of good things to say about the teams which are going to bats here.
We're going to Oasis first.
In our winners match, guys, walk us through the map set.
Oh yeah. Peace and love.
I mean, if Shax is in the game, they're obviously playing Tracer.
Which want to bring this up? A little bit of a rematch here. Peace and Love ended up taking Ataraxia in the Swiss stage. All the way 3 maps. Did go all the way, but it was a 2-1 scoreline at the very end of it. And in fact, Peace and Love only lost 2 of their games in the Swiss stage. And that was against teams you'd expect them to lose against. That was EXO and Twisted Minds. So you're like, wow, this team's actually pretty strong, going almost lossless and then losing to the best teams, or some of the best teams.
They're one of the few to play all roles. Yeah, goated though.
Peace and Love coming into
And he did it post roll lock, which is more impressive, I'd say.
They went 8-3. The only one that they lost, which maybe you can argue, oh, you know, this was one that.
All right, we're ending the poll.
Was against Peace,
Chat.
and Love. So
Sticking with me with a 3-2. Ataraxia will lock it in.
5% of people believe Ataraxia is going to fix what happened last time and get this win. So let's get into it.
All right. So we got a dive mirror. Very different compared to what we saw in EU yesterday. That's for sure.
City Center, yeah, no, kind of classic. Although a lot of teams, it's like reminds me of Samoa, like the point.
Got a small differential here though. Like Cass on one side, the Sojourn on the other.
And you can just play Orisa and then just dance around the whole thing. So I'm a little bit shocked to see downtown. Yeah, sure. I'm a little shocked to see double Winston. I was expecting to see a little bit of Orisa at least. Point's been unlocked, but a classic City Center.
Peace and Love 3-0'd. Oh yeah,
Minutes into the round.
the other day.
Yeah, because the ability to just sort of.
I was watching. Oh yeah, they didn't have live broadcast, like an official broadcast, I should say. But I was watching. I think it was Commander X's co-stream. And oh yeah, we're playing Junkrat Wrecking Ball. They continue to be an absolutely legendary team.
Ooh, nice couple of headshots from Fire there on the Cass. Cass versus Soj. Okay, Scott. Okay, definitive. Like, I'm going to take your word as gospel. What's better, Cass or Soj in these matchups?
Okay, so here's the thing. I really like the Soj for the.
Like imagine an official match though, chat, playing Ball Junkrat. You have to be such a Chad. You have to have such a Chad mindset to do such a thing.
And the Winston. So if you are Islam and you're playing against his Cassidy, if you get hit by the Hinder Grenade, you need to play around your bubbles. You need to be playing smart. So there's multiple threats. I don't think there is, you know, a right answer. I think it's whatever the player's thinking.
Double rush coming in. Fire's already dead. There's the 6 from Shaq.
Bit of a trade going on here.
Trade for the Cassidy. But that sound barrier from Ataraxia should see them through at least a portion of this fight. I said okay with the Primal Rage and still controlling that point too. Easy escape too. Little double leap back to the rest of their team.
A lot of talent for a lot of different countries in this matchup.
In with that railgun, that overclock coming in for Peace and Love, but time's a ticking.
I like how they're still the Spanish roots
That's the important thing. They're more than happy
with Lauren and Gala and whatnot.
the point control. Unfortunately, here's the issue with the Cassidy. You have a high noon going into.
Oh my god!
Aggressive with it. Great.
A High Noon and Cassidy just jumping down from the sky. Alright, well, that'll be Peace and Love taking the point there. There you go.
Away from his supports, thanks to the Winston Primal. And now, yeah, I mean, surely this is a cap for Peace and Love. Now, there we go. Psycho picking up the next. Lauren as well, getting 2 kills in that fight. Peace and Love finally securing that point, but 82% are on the wire now.
Yeah, it's like one fight territory, but a lot of ultimates used, but surprisingly, Lauren never had to use the overclock, so now they can hold this as almost like a threat, fading out Araxia in action. They're going to go incredibly aggressive, go towards
Very
the
aggro overclock.
Hasn't been able to find anything, and Ice loses his life for it.
You've got to get that
Straight
kill.
back at least.
Gala dodging out of the way of that last railgun shot. Managing to swift step away. Small trade, like you said, Scott, about Ataraxia. They can juggle point here quite easily, but Peace and Love are going to make sure it's a little bit hard for them. Force a couple of ultimates potentially.
When Psycho versus Psycho. Dude, I wish.
Ataraxia do have that rush if they want to guarantee their point cap. I say that, Abik's got a rush too. My bad. So both rushes laid down. Lauren's already fallen. Shax with a rare miss on the pulse bomb.
I do find it very interesting that Sauna's once again on the bench of a team. I thought for sure he'd be starting now that he's not on ENCE anymore, but I am mistaken.
Putting out so much damage, making it difficult for them to close that distance. Lauren over to the Sombra, maybe trying to get to the point, but is anyone gonna make it?
Oh, they got it.
Ooh, just
The Tracer got the touch.
ended up touching in the end, but that means the backline quite vulnerable. Fire pretty low now. Virus lands. There's a high
Rip.
noon. Oh, Lauren can't go anywhere. Nice little boop there into the corner, so the Transocate hit the wall. 99% for Ataraxia now. And they still got a Primal Rage if they need to use it. Peace and Love coming back on the Doom Fist. Oh, Psycho gets shut down. The swift headshot from Phi should end it all. There we go. Ataraxia with the first round.
Yeah, and that all goes back to what we talked about with like that 80%, that long fight that was taken after the cap was made. Ataraxia was just able to build up so much percentage. So as soon as Peace and Love made one mistake,
yes, University.
They got punished for it. It gets flipped back, and Ataraxia just firmly in control. So
I remember when University was the silly map in like OWL Season 1. There was like the rush map, one of the only times we'd see not dive. We've come a long way since then. Speaking of not dive, Orisa, Resident Sleeper.
Okay, yeah. No stick on Weaver, surely. There you go. Kiri, yeah, just both playing the Orisa. I mean, you can play Monkey here, I suppose, but Orisa's just so good at holding down this point.
The problem with the Winston is it can be difficult to take space and not get punished, while Orisa can also just stand almost forever on this point. So it's just an easier...
And Orisa can just bully the Winston into a corner.
They want the high ground with Lovin on the Sojin, while Ataraxia, they're going to concede it and take this like mini health pack room.
Slight disparities in the composition choices again, though.
Stuffed in here, as you can see, Ice already stepping up. But there's actually a huge flank coming from Ataraxia onto the high ground. They want to fight for it.
At Peak's in a really good position here. That's well played. You love to see it.
DPS up. And Psycho taking care of Eri Keck as well. Peace and Love in a good spot right now. They can find a couple more staggers. Maybe they're good for another one. Shax is trying to stay out of LOS for as long as possible here. Wait for the team to regroup. Peace and Love in a good stead so far.
You can see why teams don't try and attack people on the high ground. Fight just instantly got booped off in that last round, and that's going to leave Lauren just sitting on this high ground once again, going to take the mini pack. Shax winning the Tracer duel over Psycho.
I think Psycho thought he was going to get healed there or something, because he definitely had a recall.
You can see now Fight just applying themselves on the point. That's a free cap too. That's just
I mean, this is not that bad, though. This isn't the worst. You only lost the one. They're not exactly going to go up there to contest you. It's kind of hard with the Lucio there.
With your 4 players, Ataraxia don't want to go high ground. Just wait for Psycho to come back, and then you're back in a good position.
You refuse to giving railgun charge there to Lauren. However, Shax is still kind of peppering.
Oh, yeah, we're watching the NA games on stream. Really good games.
A whole lot of damage. Shax now playing in that Kiriko rush. Those. Oh, okay. Avik's actually just going to snipe him out before that sound barrier even hits. Terror Surge comes through. Abik in a lot of trouble still, getting booped out of that immortality field. Psycho, sights firmly set on Gala, forces the swift step, recall straight into the line of sight of Erikek. Takes down the Orisa, the front line down, and Ataraxia lose that point. 33% now to 40 and building for Peace and Love.
You can see Ataraxia is really struggling to take this fight because they don't have the map control.
Oh, this could be deadly. Hello. Okay, never mind. Well, they're okay. Honestly, that works. You don't get any kills, but still pretty nice.
You are killing the Orisa, even with a dead eye. Like at that range with a 4 fight, ain't no way. Nice little kill, and they can just keep pushing on the pressure here, piling on the pressure. I mean, luckily, Ataraxia spawns pretty close, and Fi can get
brother.
In time. The amount of damage they're taking. Will be,
we're twirling our spear, but our back is facing the enemy.
Ataraxia, with only 20% remaining, they still don't have any ultimates trying to get.
That's a very aggro window. Yo, Cam.
Are they gonna get any punishes on this? Psycho's pulse wall gets eaten by the spear spin, but
oh Lord.
Rest in peace, Lauren, who was acting as a double agent there, almost playing on the side of Peace and Love. They were in their back line and no one was paying attention to him. There's the flip. All right, okay. And railgun, that overclock, not used to its full effectiveness there by Lauren. Didn't even have the chance to pull it before they got booped.
Big tried to use the window, but Atarax are already rotating around the other side, so they're just almost full committed into a disadvantageous situation. Early rush here as well. They want to punish the people in spawn as their spawn.
Wow. I mean, that works.
It's a great aggressive play here from Ataraxia.
Don't overcommit now.
Yeah, they still got the sound barrier too. They could just sound barrier the overclock if they really want to, although there's a lot of places to kind of escape from the LOS.
There's a sound barrier for Ataraxia as well on Dollar, so Lauren gets onto the high ground, but I think I don't have any targets to pop this overclock.
Yeah, I mean, everything just hide in a small room, right? They actually just use that sound barrier to make sure Lauren has to be a little bit more careful. Later beat here coming through for a piece of love. There's double terror surge. Someone's going to have to take off soon. It's actually a beat that ends up going down to the terror surge, but Eula's there to help.
And, I mean, it still looks pretty good for peace and love here. Don't die to that. There you go.
Eula does manage to get out of the live.
Bro, what?
Not quite so lucky. Just out of
How?
messy fight right now as Lauren's just on the point, just trying
Okay,
to
well,
flip,
there
but
goes that.
they're going to have to come back rather quickly onto this point. A nice little punch out of the LOS, the healers too. There's both Doomfist now just trying to duel it out. Eula's just getting absolutely rolled in the front line of fire, just holding down this point. Ataraxia are going to dare to take this map. Scott,
Pretty close, though. Pretty close.
Map number 1 to Ataraxia.
And a lot of that final fight for me goes to, I don't know how a beak was caught by the Terror Surge. There's Terror Surge, they were spinning for a long time, just waiting for the other one to blink first. And somehow a beak gets caught from that. As much as they trade back picks, that main healing being lost from a beak on the Baptiste, or they just can't take that long sustained fight and they eventually fall out. So it looked like Peace and Love were in the driver's seat in that round, but eventually Ataraxia taking it back and taking the first map in a pretty convincing fashion.
Potentially a little boop, not entirely sure, because yeah, they
It's
were
hard
just
to know.
kind of chilling. They were standing there, and that was it. Like, oh, okay. We just look at each other, I suppose, lovingly, longingly, just waiting for one of us to eventually slam down the spear. It's watching Orisa meta, I think it's quite funny, because most of the time, if the Orisas, it reminds me of Malgar in a way, but a little bit more fun. At least the Orisas have like cool abilities, right? But like, with Orisa, it's just like, okay, we both fortify, look at each other. Okay, it's time to Terror Surge. Okay, it's time to Terror Surge. Like shaking hands emoji, like, okay, we're ready to go. It's so ridiculous sometimes. But Fi had a bit of a standout performance on the Casty here compared to the Sojourn, which is what we were speaking about earlier.
Yeah, Fi is a player that like has been around for what feels like a while. You know, I've always seen him as a pretty good hit scan that's always been poking and prodding around, and you can see how the Cassidy is just able to get more consistent damage output and just sort of play around that. Also, High Noon, as much as it might not be as strong as an ultimate as Overclock, when you know you have the pick potential of Overclock, High Noon is a great zoning tool that can be used as a team, and you saw that multiple times throughout this map. But there was a lot of great ultimate usage just across the board in a lot of these situations. You can see they understand the matchup very well, especially in the Orisa versus Orisa, understanding you want to be playing aggressive, you want to be moving as a unit. But yeah, I don't know, it's one of those things. I'm hoping we get to see this highlight of what happened in the Terror Surges and see a big fall over. It doesn't look like we will, but there is a lot of, the thing that I'm excited about as well is we don't have one team that's just like, hey, we want to play Orisa, we want to play Orisa all over the place. We saw a bit of dive, we saw a bit of Orisa. That matters a lot for the map pool as we go further into the series.
Yeah, exactly that. Obviously, the map pool has been decided before the series because the team's had a pick and ban phase. So we'll see where we end up going next. I mean, Oasis is a bit of a weird one. Oasis always feels like a little bit of a coin flip, depending on like how your team functions, because you're just kind of hoping, if you're a team that only plays the Orisa, only plays dive, or like only plays ram or whatever, like you're hoping for the match.
How long has Shax and Fi been together? I don't remember if they played in stage 1 together or not. I mean, yeah, they played in, they've been together since stage 1. They're just on a new roster now.
And I think it's helping these teams out very well. And apparently Peace and Love too, no scrims. You know, no scrims, that's fine. Just a mixed team, just a fun team, getting placement
You have to hope they scrimmed this week. No, like, you know, they're like, hey, we made it out of Swiss with
Oh yeah, so a chance to make out of groups. Yeah, they're a very unpredictable, wacky team, but things did not look very good for them when they played Peace and Love the other day. It was an ugly, ugly
You don't
game.
want to jinx it by then scrimming and just taking it too seriously, you know what I mean?
I mean, part of it is because they're playing Junkrat Wrecking Ball, which I love, by the way, but it didn't exactly go too well. Although with the patch coming out, you never know, right? That could shake things up with the patch next week. Yo, Keon, what's up, man?
A bit of false confidence when you play with that mentality of like, hey, you know, we're just for fun, you know, don't take it too seriously. It gives you that ability to sort of not stress about these big match day games, but you know, potentially it could come back to haunt them because there's a lot of nuance that comes with these metas, especially with the Orisa. They look very solid right now, obviously very skilled players, but as we move over to Paraiso, you'd have to assume both teams are going to go back to the Winston. Maybe we'll see something a little different with the Diva, but there's so much high ground, you probably aren't going to be playing the Orisa.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of Diva recently. Obviously, Hawk loves to play the Diva when he can. So, yeah, maybe we'll see a little bit of that, but probably the Winston, I'd imagine. Esperanza, of course, is the third map in this series, and Suravasa, and then Rialto, by the looks of it.
This is all very dive-oriented maps, potentially, here.
The team with no scrims versus Ataraxia.
Ataraxia definitely looked better in that department.
Versus Ataraxia. Ataraxia taking the first map, though. And I will remind you, of course, when they did face up against in Swiss stage, it was Peace and Love taking the series 2-1. So there's been a lot of revenge matches over the last couple of days, in fact. Like, a lot of teams meeting each other in Swiss stage at some point. And we'll see
That's
if
true.
Ataraxia can beat them out this time around.
That was one of the cool things about the Swiss stage in stage 2 compared to the Swiss stage in stage 1. In stage 1, because, you know, it was new, face it, everything was just very new. There was a lot of just like wonky seeding, but you saw it in stage 2. You saw more of the best teams facing each other and good
They have MCD, yes, they do.
Who should be the #1 seed? Who should get to the top level? I think we talked about.
Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, he got subbed in.
11 of the top
Oh.
16 teams to get that #1 seed. So you're really seeing a better seeding overall as we move into these group stages. So it's been cool to be able to see, as you said,
Dola
these
out,
numbers by
MCD
teams that are very
in.
solid and evenly matched.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, did not anticipate MCD playing, but alright.
Quick headshot. Here's the Brig.
Oh, that would have been sick if you hit that.
That was close.
That was very close, though.
Yep, they got Sauna as well, but interestingly enough, he is on the
Yeah,
bench.
with the Brig as well. Not too surprising on this map, or on this point at least.
Did we ask you about the new Fall series yesterday? You did, Vulcan, yes, and I regret to update you that I still have not watched it yet.
Shaq's getting a sick one clip onto the.
Me waiting for Boger to swap to Weaver when he plays. That'll be the next game. That'll be exciting.
A little bit, wait for Eric to get back. Deal with
I mean, not in the sense that it'll be a close game, because it won't be, but in the sense that we get to watch a streamer meme team play against the actual semi-professional team in Super Shy.
I can see Psycho there outline. Yeah, okay, Psycho is in. They do get the touch. 66% in building. Ice is also going to jump in the front line, just popping down that bubble. So
Oh my man's is getting bullied.
The problem is now, where's the CDs and where's your Brig? Well, nowhere to be found. Shax with a nice assassination kill.
And so, wait, pause champ? Surely not.
Is always a good thing. But the problem is, MCD, Gala,
That bubble actually helped out a lot
good luck.
before he died.
Duplication would be the difference maker.
Now,
But with Psycho,
unfortunate.
that will be the point.
What a, he's wearing the Dallas skin, nice.
Damage is going on to both of these Winston players. It's so, you know, I feel bad for tank players in this matchup because your job as a Winston is like everyone's like.
I mean, Boger was a pro about 8 million years ago
Not die,
when the
and
dinosaurs were
can
around.
sleep you and whip you and push you around. It's honestly a very precarious situation. That's what makes the best the best. Oh, huge stick onto Abik. With no Suzus on the field as well. Shax has been a menace in this round so far.
He is still got it.
You're right, it won't be close. Humongous 3-0s, dude. I wish.
He's still got
I wish.
Shaxed out of. Let me at him.
I don't know. I don't know. Some people on Twitter probably. Oh, fire ends up going down again. It's right in precarious position.
Oh.
With the preemptive sleep from MCDs. He sees the dupe coming in. And an AK
Bro, MCD and Shax are kind of popping right now. I'm not gonna lie.
All good though. There's a rally. That overhead. It's not armor anymore, but the overhealth is good enough. Fire gets some revenge as Lauren went a little bit too deep there after the duplication. Peace and love, kind of crumbling.
He sounds mean, but he's very nice. Schmungus is playing Super Shy, who took a map off Twisted Minds in Stage 1 Swiss, for those of you who remember. It's not a easy team to play against.
Rest in peace. Mega health pack taken.
I think they took Ex Oblivione to a map 5 as well the other day. They're pretty good.
A lot of damage. Oh my fi. Damage boost on the Echo. Insta-killing a full HP Winston. I have never seen a health bar dissipate so quickly.
Yeah, you could tell they probably wanted to pop the primal in that situation, but I don't even think they got the opportunity. Oh, nice play by Psycho, trading back onto Eric Eck. That should slow this push down.
Don't get me wrong, I'm hoping Schmungus can make it interesting, but we all know they're kind of there just to have fun. And the expectations are low. I just want to see SK do a Lucio 1v1, and then we see some Life Weaver, and that'll be perfect. That's all I need.
Oh, fighting Lauren. It's an echo diff right there.
It is really cool, though. That definitely helps drive in some extra interest from the fans. SK, Boger, ML7, all very popular creators, so I love that. I hope more creator teams end up making it through somehow. Like, it's not likely, it's hard, but it does help with viewership. That's for sure.
Original form in just a second. Is there anybody to touch? There isn't. Wow, Fi single-handedly carrying that fight.
Lost their backline like incredibly early, so it just felt like the fight was gonna be lost, but somehow
Overwatched, hopefully. Oh yeah, please.
I like this switch. You're indoors. High ground isn't as much of a thing. At least being able
that would feed that content there would feed families.
Threat that's gonna make it harder for Ice to play the game.
Duplication and the pulse bomb for peace and love.
Oh my god, that poor Winston. Slept, antied, pulse bomb. That's the tank experience. But somehow, they still lose Lauren. How? Even when they're losing, it doesn't feel like they actually are. It's insane. But bro, Shaxx is a menace. Please stop. They have families.
And now it's 5v4.
God, Shaxx. God damn. There's the nano boost, but the Winston's already half HP and no primal rage as well if he wants to try and prolong this fight. Lauren is pretty low, and you can see that Ice has to get out of there very fast. Receives a nade from the Ana too, just to keep them up. Even with the DPS passive, that's gonna help heal the Winston up to full.
Oh, poor Fi. He tried.
Early rally pot from Gala too.
Very early rally.
Eric does end up getting slept in the back line, and here's the duplication. Lauren finding one, but one's good enough. Finding two, in fact. DPS primal rage mechanics are going to be in full effect in a couple of percentage points, but not sure we're going to see too much of that one. Everybody close your eyes.
ATP's next trim. Yeah, in a couple weeks probably.
Just stay alive. That would have been ill-advised, but they do manage to trade back onto Psycho.
It's getting there. Not quite though.
This is the most precarious position to take, because look at how defensive their backline can play. The spawn doors are so close for peace and love. So Ataraxia is going to get
big pulse. There you go.
Big stick by Psycho though.
Massive stick, yeah. Filled with confidence. Were peace and love. They had a lot of ults, but they burned all of them at once pretty much. They used
Why do you hate M80? I don't know what you mean.
Nothing left.
Zero. I mean, they're gonna get nano halfway through the fight. You don't.
I'm waiting for Zygarde to make an appearance. Based.
But leave the pulse supports alone for just a second, Shaxx. I feel like every time Shaxx has a pulse bomb, he's just been sticking so consistently, and he's gonna have a pretty flank here. Well, actually, just gonna go for the C9. Try and just make sure the card continues to move. Make it continue it to be a threat that they have to keep dealing with. But MCD's gonna lose.
Well, actually, yesterday I was repping Pip so hard because upsets are awesome. It has nothing to do with me hating M80. It's just like I wanted an upset to happen, or you know, I just wanted it to go to map 5 because I predicted they'd go to a map 5. Like no one expects Pip to be defeating M80, so something like that is just hilarious to me. You know.
The issue you have to deal with
It has nothing to do with me disliking M80. I mean, they got rid of the player that I'm not a fan of. They got rid of Hydron. I have no issue with them now. I mean, not that I dislike them even when they had Hydron, but now that Hydron's gone, like, I especially have nothing against them.
Oh yeah, just slowly marching towards the back line. Looks like I'm watching a slow-mo Winston. Normally they're just jumping around, but it's just a WM1. Icy does end up getting slept. Duplication came out for Lauren as well. 30 seconds to go. Ataraxia against the ropes with a nano boost, with a primal. Rally.
Yeah, Falcons were able to bounce back strong, but they took them a couple of losses against WAC. A couple of losses against WAC, as well as almost losing to, who was it, Yeti? They went like 5 maps with Yeti. It's not like Falcons have been having a cakewalk, that's for sure.
as well. So
Why do I not like Hydron? Because he did nothing but talk trash on stream to everyone. He clearly has an ego. Like a massive ego. He calls everybody washed and trashed when all he ever does is choke in games. He can't back up his talk at all. I just think it's annoying.
One more touch, one more touch. Oh, there's no touch. Shax ended up going down to a whip shot there. You can see in the kill feed, and this Primal Rage just proving a little bit more tough for Ataraxia to deal with than they imagined.
I don't know if it felt like Ataraxia were looking for a flanker or something, but it didn't feel like they were playing aggressively enough to be able to punish that backline. If they had all followed in with Erikek into that small room, punished the backline, and then regrouped on the card, it might have been a better situation, but instead what happens is Erikek goes in alone with the Primal.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna talk trash, you gotta back it up, man.
And then from there, Ataraxia just didn't really have any tools left to be able to end up closing the map. So great hold by Peace and Love. They had about 4 minutes on that third point, 3 minutes on that.
If you can't back it up, you just look silly.
But now it's Peace and Love's opportunity. How are they going to get through this first and second points, which can be incredibly precarious?
Yeah, they're pretty much running it down on second. That being Ataraxia.
Curious to see if Peace and Love are going to play the Ana Brig on attack. A lot of teams opt to not play the Ana Brig on the attack because it's, as you saw for Ataraxia, it can be very difficult for
Hey,
them to
Sorrow.
move forward, step into
Welcome.
an effective range without just getting dove on time and time again. So if you're on the attack,
I mean, yeah, Hydra needs to stay around because NA can use all the talent it can get.
full out aggression, be able to sort of punish the
I'm sure he'll be back at some point. Just give it some time.
Yeah, Ana's just so tough to play right now in the current meta. It's like
Is that a Valiant Widow skin? All right.
I feel like you have to have it with a Brig too. You cannot have it with a Lucio. You need the extra defensive tools for the Ana, otherwise she just gets blown up.
Anywhere where there's a lot of flanks where a Tracer can get onto the back line, it's just been very difficult.
Well, on this first attack, let's get a quick listening.
2, 1. I'm going for Kree. I'm on Kree. I'm on Kree.
Ooh, nice dive.
Break low. Break low.
See them get another one though. There you go. Brick, 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 brick.
Just the next, I think.
I hear you, Psycho. Your turn.
Just out. Just out.
No greed, no
3
greed,
on.
no greed, no greed, no
We win
greed.
this. We win this. Don't worry.
Keep going,
The
bubble
bubble
them
is
up.
time.
Save your bubble, okay? Jump high.
Yeah. They don't have bubble right now. They do not have bubble. Right close to house.
Point early.
Fight. That's right. Touch.
Don't touch. Tracer touch, Tracer touch.
I'm sleeping.
Lauren does. I mean, hey, the coordinated dive there to force space was good, and they got a kill.
Target.
Lauren has been dying a lot, and there he goes again, dying.
Shoot monkey. Kill monkey. I'm stuck. Okay. I walk.
Oh my god, they're losing this now. Tragic. Shax is dominating, bro.
Oh, Shax just wins it again. He's just too clutch, man. It felt like
Isn't Nero like
trying to shoot the tray and then you can
some kind of like reserve player on a team, or at least he was last stage?
someone needs to die. Everybody's got to shout one name and then we'll look at them.
Like in the case that like there's an emergency.
Had a plan, right? They want to stop.
It's where he was.
Trying to stop people from touching, but as soon as they touched, they all of a sudden lost targets, and people got a little confused of like who we.
Jade weapon skins are like okay. A lot of the time when I'm watching,
Just rips through the rest of their
yeah, he's retired, but he's like a emergency sub, or at least he was. I think Jade guns are okay, but sometimes, especially when I'm spectating a game, it's kind of trippy.
Primal Rage. Dislodging the rally somewhat, but dislodging him.
It's fine though.
So
I think they need to make more of them, like, very soon though.
going down on the Winston and Fi just hides behind the Brig shield, hits the high noon. That'll be all she wrote. Ataraxia cleaning up on this first point, still with only 2 ticks, Peace and Love now. Couple more fights in them. They got 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, and it's actually a switch up at the back line. Brig Ana now.
Yeah, once you've used those 2 ultimates, I think you recognize you're not going to get those ultimates up again. Just switch. You can potentially get more value from the Brig Ana. Oh, you can see
Look at
some aggressive play from MCD.
MCD, where is MCD going? He's straight to the back line. They do it. Okay, he just made a peek. Sure. What is MCD?
We are. Oh.
I mean, they all trade their supports, but duplication now available. I mean, Shaq has to go absolutely bananas here to try and find a fight win because they only need 33%. Shax is back on the point, insta-killed. Okay, MCD, we need to talk, buddy.
Okay, so let me defend my boy MCD for
Okay.
just a little bit, okay? So obviously they didn't have many ultimates to speak for, so they felt like they needed to do something different. Maybe too much different. Maybe they could have been, you know, they could have met somewhere in the middle of that, but unfortunately it doesn't work out. Peace and Love trade back their backlines effectively, and they ended up getting the first point, but that was a lot of time off the cap. 3 minutes.
I feel like weapon skins have so much potential for Overwatch. I think it's something they need to exploit.
I'm just going to run into the backline, nade somebody, and then just win a duel, and then...
Or maybe exploit's the wrong word. Something they just need to do more of.
And hopefully clutches up.
Clueless. Nice was the recall there by Shax. Oh, Dice with death. 6 HP, doesn't it, the recall? Oh my god. Nerves of Steel call him Superman. Alexy do end up losing their Winston.
Yeah, and that's going to force them to back up, but they should still have this positioning in a good spot. Lots of ultimates coming up. Ataraxia should have 5 for this fight. It's going to be a big thing about not over-ulting in this fight. Shax's pulse bomb goes wide, isn't going to find anything.
Any helpers?
Maybe they engage with the nano next.
There you go, alright.
Dude, MCD's nades have been on point this series. Well, this map. This is first map playing.
My favorite way to get a kill on Ana is just lobbing the nade in some of that super low.
How's MCD still playing in a team when there are so many great flex players? Well, we're in EMEA, you have to remember, where there's not as many good options.
Push everybody back, yeah. Psycho is just kind of rolling the backline right now, but Shax is perma-checking Psycho. It feels like Shax is doing like 17 jobs at once. In this economy, you kind of have to. And like, with Shax, not only kind of checking Psycho, and then also kind of rolling the Winston, applying that DPS passive like permanently onto the Winston, so their supports are also really struggling to keep him up. Shax is doing a very good job. And
Bro,
another pulse bomb too.
Lauren keeps dying. It's insane.
And I really liked your point about Shax. Like, I think that's your job as a trainer.
This Lauren Echo is not it.
Control the flanks, and if they're not going to control the flanks, all of a sudden you have a free direction into the backline. So just keep everyone under wraps, because that's going to enable your backline to just sit in the back and just do whatever they have to. Because if your backline's free, you're likely going to win the game.
Just saw MCD throw that nade. I think, oh, nice whip, yeah. I think Ice just kind of wanted to get up there. Duel against the Ana without a nade. Nano boost thrown out by MCD. Oh, and it's on fire. He's in a perfect position to use it, but that bubble is going to prove quite...
Oh, the headshot, though.
It's actually a beat that takes him down. Nano not finding any purchase there. Psycho lands a pulse bomb onto MCD. Shaq still got one in his back pocket, throws it out, doesn't manage to get the Lucio. Actually sticks the shield of all things. This Primal Rage isn't going to last too long.
Alright, I mean, technically this map's winnable. 2 minutes is not a lot of time for point C, but this is doable, especially because Ataraxia kind of went all in with that.
Still burn a lot of time off the time back.
Don't have any resources.
It's going to be a tough battle onto this third point.
MCD is 26. Oh my god, he's so old.
Turn things around, because now they have nothing in the tank. Fortunately, Fi does find Lauren, which is going to slow things down, and now they can do this close spawn hold through this door.
I remember when MCD was gonna get his first chance in Overwatch League, dude. It feels like an eternity ago.
Fi's holding so close as well. See Carlos kind of hanging around.
Lauren,
Ends up going down.
Lauren has had more pop-offs as Winston than Echo this game. That's sad.
But somehow Fi gets away. Sound barrier to keep them in this fight. Keep Ice up. And Abik ends up using his Suzu to save himself, but ends up paying for it. And the problem is now, I mean, it was a good beat, Scott, to keep them in the fight. But because it was so prolonged and MCD was so far away, there was no pressure on MCD to use an aid on himself, and you can play pretty free. And then Carla had the rally for backup, so no big sound barrier available for this fight.
I'm an old for like esports standards. I turned 25 just the other day, so I'm technically also old man, but from the perspective of Overwatch esports.
Just sort of going to stay alive, but Psycho getting the better of Shax once again. They wait out this rally, wait out this health. They should be in a good spot, but Lauren falls early again, unable to keep him alive. Maybe that's the issue of not playing the Ana Brig. They just don't have as many resources to put into Lauren and keep him alive.
Really tough, especially when Eric Heck has been diving.
Older than Super. Yes, technically I am older than Super. This is true.
From Habik. I mean, okay, Habik, they've got Rush, they've got Primal.
My bad, Dragon
they've got
Face.
Like, very winnable here, but the problem is this Nano Nade combo has just been the bread and butter of Ataraxia right now. If they try and cross here, yeah, okay, Nade goes in, doesn't end up landing.
Oh, I like it.
And here comes the TP.
Oh, what is it doing, your mom? No! Oh my god, you know what? Never mind. You know what? I don't know anything. Oh, Jesus Christ, he died fast.
But the spawn's just so good for Ataraxia, and they can keep this Primal Rager flow into make sure the Peace and Love can't push this payload around this final corner. Good bit of stall tactics here.
Oh wait, Lauren, he's off Echo and he's doing things. Funny how that works. That might have just given them the map. That should be it. Wow. Psycho and Lauren pop off in the final hour to tie us up.
Wow, sick play by Peace and Love.
It's crazy how the moment he stops playing Echo, good things happen.
Backline, and they have Prime. We'll just go, we're just not going to have a backline. We're just going to accept and play hyper aggressive. Winston jumps in. You follow through with your Kiriko. The rush goes aggressive. And then once you've traded the backline away from Ataraxia, they don't have the healing, sustainability, stay on the point. And that's a great play by Peace and Love to close out Paradiso.
Yeah, I mean, that's the benefit of having the Kiriko as well. Like, okay, well, you could just TP out. I could just TP to our front line. And then they did exactly that. They hit the rush. And I thought our Primal Rage is pretty over, right? Because MCD is kind of caught. The Brig was like in between MCD and the Primal Raging Winston, which means you're still getting Inspire healing and packs. But still end up getting focused down, and with the Brig falling too, I mean, MCD is as good as gone, and it was a slow but sure, like, slow bleed out, and as soon as you lose your Winston, you've got so much less to kind of hold on to the payload with as well. Let's have a listen to the winning comms, though, at the very final few moments of that round from Peace and Love.
Don't get traded, don't get traded. Overclock soon. Monkey man, please. Creep.
Nice, that Cree, top.
Don't let me die, okay? Heal me. They have high
Yes.
please kill Cree. I kill him, yeah. I run break. Nice. Kiri. Nah.
A bit of shot call in there, it felt like. A little bit of like target focus. Obviously, we heard a listen to Peace and Love's attacks when they were attacking initially, and they were like, "Oh, okay, who do we go for?" Like, we've got to call a target, and yeah, it seems like they shored that up.
And it's one of those things that you know, everyone that you could hear it in the comms, especially in that first one that you heard, where they were like, it's that disappointing moment where you kind of know you've lost the fight when everything starts to revolve, and that's why they're getting very loud at that final moments, because they know and recognize these are the things that need to be cleared up. We need to know what we're doing and getting on the same page, and that's why Overwatch communication is hectic, because Overwatch is a hectic game. So it's cool to be able to see these players and these teams sort of really coordinating in the heat of the moment at a high level.
Yeah, it's really nice, really cool to see. I do love listening. It's always interesting to see how, like, who's speaking and the different style of comms as well. That sleep was so nice from MCD. You're locked into that animation, obviously with the duplication. So yeah, MCD showing the veteran status there on the Ana. Definitely his best hero too, the Ana. So
I'm trying to say this will be a close fight. I mean, it seemed like on paper this is a good matchup. I mean, they just had a good game in the Swiss the other day.
You know what I mean? A lot of old school flex supports at least.
I did not Debingo.
Hero to play, you know, like
Toxic Cow.
Overall, just it kind of does it all. But you actually saw the limitations of the Ana Brig on this map at like full display. The Lucio Kiriko works for a great time. This is the MCD aggressive play.
I mean, come on, man. I understood what they were trying to do, and you kind of outlined it perfectly. It was like, okay, so if we go super fast here, we can kill the Ana, and we can force them into a position where we can maybe get them in last fight. And that's just sad. That is sound barrier Suzu. Yeah, nothing you can do against that, even if you're high nooning. But yeah,
get traded back there. So it actually, I like the idea for a Beak, but the fact that a Beak ended up dying for that play ended up costing them in a pretty big way. So look at the map stats, pretty similar for the most part. The only real big difference was in the mitigation, which is surprising because both teams are playing Winston, so just more value coming out of the Ataraxia bubbles.
Yeah, and I suppose... Well,
or maybe the Brig?
I was thinking the Brig, right? Yeah, that would make most sense to me, the Brig being a lot of mitigation there. But yeah, regardless, Peace and Love end up taking map number 2. Ataraxia, though, they chose...
It was jokes. They're all flaming each other in the VOD review. Understood.
Seeing a roster swap coming through.
Awkward posted himself lightly tapping a punching bag. I saw all kinds of memes about that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, that has to mean they're playing Lucio. What that means for the flex support, that raised some question. Maybe this is, you know, they want to play the Kiriko and Dollar's more comfortable. We'll have to see exactly what they're going to do with this one. I think we will see just like fast.
How much damage from Peace and Love? Oh, my camera's covering it. Hold on. 56k, so like about a 1,000 difference in favor of Ataraxia.
this match so far is following the Swiss stage match that they had as well. Ataraxia won the first map when they played it. Then Peace and Love won the second map, ended up winning the third map and closing out the series. So let's see if we see similarities continue to go, or if teams are going to start evolving and moving on. Maybe this substitution by Ataraxia is them accepting that, hey, maybe something needs to change.
Yeah, it would make sense though to have MCD in on the second map if you're gonna play the Ana, and then for the maps preceding, I can't imagine we're gonna see MCD again, just because.
Okay, so interesting. We're not going to see the dive, but instead these teams are opting into the Orisa, which is also understandable for this map, but I absolutely prefer watching dive here.
Change hit, Ataraxia going with a BAP, no Kiri, and the Cassidy, no Sojourn.
It's interesting seeing how EU likes to play. They do like playing this sort of brawlier style in Esperanza, very different to what you see, you know, in the Korean region, for example. They like to play.
I mean, MCD had some good individual moments in that map that he played, but you are definitely right. I mean, he is on this is a team he's not very familiar with. Like, I'm sure that there's going to be some weird issues that come around, just miscommunications.
Right now, personally, but the Kiri just offers a lot, especially against these Tracers. We saw Slay yesterday specifically, just kind of dominate Tracers, just denying every pulse bomb imaginable. So with the Baptiste, you do get the immortality field, which is good, but the Suzu just seems so much better because you're not taking any damage when you're.
I would also say the Baptiste provides more consistent damage, right? You can shoot their Orisa a lot more, you can pump out a lot of things.
Interesting that PAL managed to win despite all their stats being lower than Ataraxia. Yeah.
Just a lot more exploitable. If the Baptiste
Again, though, it was like a really, really close map.
coming out for $1, actually, they're gonna go in with it as well. Just like Peace and Love were ready for how quickly that sound barrier is. Eula's only at 67% ult charge, so maybe just a lot of great healing and boosts to really boost their numbers, bit of damage as well, and that's going to give them the first fight.
MCD's played on a few mixed rosters, but not one like this.
Being used first in the first fights. That was ridiculous. That must have been like 3 amp it up healings back to back or something. That's absurdly quick.
And that's a style that a lot of players are starting to realize maybe, hey, this is better. Instead of playing an aggressive Lucio, playing a
heal bot again.
Yeah, you just play the heal bot. You get really fast sound barriers, you know, popularized by Violet in the Korean region, but very low from trying to go through that window.
Yeah, that is a rough one for a Beak.
That is true. He is the odd one out.
Psycho just having to back up to the mini now as his main healer is down. I mean, there's not much really Peace and Love can do at this point. They're going to have to reset. And they use their own rush too. They've got a sound barrier in for this next fight, but Ataraxia are in such a good spot now with Gala and Fi, their ability to.
And also, it is worth noting he has like never spent a full amount of time on these rosters aside from like when he was on Boston, and even then he wasn't always playing.
Eula in sound barriers is just absolutely doing so much damage and healing.
I mean, they're going to be able to get it now, especially with these overclocks. Hitting some mean body shots. No insta-kills just yet. Does stop Ataraxia from getting that checkpoint though, Scott. It's worth keeping in mind. They're pretty much right on it. It's probably like, what, less than a meter to go.
Or getting along with the staff, yeah.
What? How has he got another beat, bro? He's like, this guy cheating for sure. Shax in the back line. Just peppering down ice on the Orisa. He's going to have to come up big here, especially with a fight down. It's all on Shax now. The solo DPS for Ataraxia in this engagement. But with Eula dead and a Beak also just stranded, just isolated alone. This is not close so far, Scott. Peace and Love are just getting torn to shreds.
It feels like Peace and Love are just completely out of the tempo right now. It feels like Ataraxia are being able to do exactly what they want. They're playing fast around their situation. They're playing around the BAP and the Cassidy.
The Bappity. That's a legendary
The high ground through the window right now is doing a lot of damage, forces them off, and that will give the checkpoint as well.
Well, I remember on Uncoachable, I saw that MCD like was kind of memeing with Valentine when Valentine was unhappy and like there's stuff going on with Coach Lori and whatnot. He was like part of the problem, just like going on random escapades with Valentine for no reason. But then he was better after Valentine like stepped away from the team.
Flipping at that map. Rough spot for Peace and Love to be in. They got Terror Surge if they want to make some space with it, or trying to catch out Phi, but oh, Psycho.
This has been heavily one-sided so far.
Met with a bullet to the brain. And Shax holds on to that pulse bomb as well, and now Icy wants to try and get in there. The pulse bomb on top of the Orisa.
As I say that, though, there you go. Finally, a bit of a team wipe.
Still in good stead. They do have that checkpoint. Just dying on the point is the priority now. Shax with the pulse bomb go.
Wasn't Valentine the teacher's pet? Yeah. Big time.
Still very much in the back foot here, Scott, with Ataraxia.
I'll never forget the story that Punk said.
Forward spawn here. Yeah.
They played like 20 watch point Gibraltars, like experimenting what the problem was. And the moment they put Valentine on the other team, they started winning. Like, it's hilarious.
Even from winning that team fight. So yeah, they're gonna start falling back, and Dollar with another sound barrier. But the person I'm keeping my eye on, and Lauren, was the person who opened it up in the last fight, getting the pick on a Gala. I need to see more from these overclocks.
Valentine did have potential, but he certainly did not realize it on Boston. That's for sure.
Just doing a little look down, 360 spin there. There's another.
Is Laurie still a coach? I don't know. At this point, I'd probably venture to say no, but I don't really know much about him.
Easy kill. Eric, yeah, was the one-man Terror Surge onto the Soja. He's like, I've got you, Chief. Oh, boom, comes in, Suzu's, and then dies himself. That's very unlucky.
Away,
Vulcan. I have more potential than Valentine. Lol.
64 meters now and counting for Ataraxia. They're going to have to swing around this corner with a window and a high noon. Peace and Love are going to have a tough time getting through this.
Yeah, the Bapity ultimates are going to be real.
That always feels like a fever dream that Soon was on Boston Uprising for like 5 seconds.
Be careful. Eula does have the sound barrier, but using a sound barrier against a window or a high noon just feels so terrible because it doesn't feel like it does anything for you. They can just disengage and then you accomplish nothing.
Ooh.
Oh, Lauren down.
The Magne. Good pulse, even better lamp, and Phi even gets the kill onto Psycho. And a pulse one coming out from Shax, but it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Atraxia just running away with this one. Peace and Love got zero answers to what Atraxia are bringing right now.
I feel like even though Ataraxia are only just going on 70 meters, it feels like they've won just every fight aside from that one. It's just not even close.
Nice little speed boost, and their understanding of the comp and the tempo as well is just second to none. This is just an absolute steamroll.
And this is a composition that is being popularized by SSG. SSG love playing this way, playing around the Baptiste, playing around the Cassidy, because it does give you the opportunity.
Soon I'm 37 sounds like such a cursed DPS line.
Right now, Peace and Love have no answer. Engaging with a rush, but another great disengage by Ataraxia. Ice has to be very careful about over.
You know, in a way, I'm glad Soon didn't have to be on that Boston team.
Gets out of there ASAP.
Glad he didn't have to be subjected to that torture.
Again, going to lap on this sound barrier, by the way. He's 10%.
He doesn't deserve it.
Eula has the beat, hasn't used it in the last couple of fights. He's got a beat. He's got another beat.
He's gonna use it instantly. That's kind of being.
I'm 37's English is awesome. That moment with Danny is just amazing.
Surely they know Peace and Love have got a sound barrier as well. Or maybe Dollar's in his own head.
Is.
He's waiting.
Oh, Dola! Jeez.
The Terror Surge ended up landing, so a lot of that damage just being absorbed by that overhealth. Good stick from Shax too. I mean, Peace and Love just getting absolutely trounced.
Yeah.
I feel like this has just been every fight. Get the kills, wait for them to come back, go back on the high ground. This has been every single fight. And Peace and Love are doing nothing.
Every time they try and engage and they play aggressively, Ataraxia
Lauren, king of PayPal, whoa. Yeah, he is not having the best series. That is for sure.
Shax is pushing, but Ataraxia, they don't want to go aggressive. They understand the advantages that they have. They're going to leave the BAP, the Cassidy sitting on the high ground and say, Peace and Love, good luck trying to fight into us again.
I don't say this map is solved, Scott.
Again, they're doing it again. There's no need to push it. They can just play here over and over again.
Fight high ground. We don't have to fight on the bot ever, basically. And then they just flip the script. They flip the map completely.
Dude, that's insane what they just did. There's no way.
With the overclock, Scott. Okay.
They're like, oh, we're going to contest the high ground. We're going to overclock. Psych. Nope, we're out of there. Lauren somehow died again. Like, that's unreal.
Need to use it though, but still almost 100 meters for Ataraxia with a minute to
That was so funny. They just noped right out of there.
It's this almost a vertical cliff, because right now, Ataraxia, their ability to reset and have the forward spawns permanently, it's peace and love having to win, what, 2 or 3 fights, maybe 4 or 5 to even get to the checkpoint.
Yeah, and they're only just now getting rid of the forward spawn, but Ataraxia, they have 4 ultimates, getting up to 5 ultimates coming soon. 38 seconds remaining. If they're smart, they're just going to sit on this high ground.
And now look, they can just chill on this high ground now. Like, what do you even do? I swear if someone dies to this, don't do it. Oh my god.
With your rush? Absolutely not. Are they going to even be able to use it? No, Ataraxia just disengaged from that ult completely and then use the window to stop and punish the
What is EWL doing over there? That was a silly place for that Lucio to be.
of his own, but it's actually Ice that ends up going down. Window damage too much for them to deal with.
Oh, that's just GG.
Beacons are falling. There's the spear. There's the kill. Lauren down.
Dear Lord, that map was not close at all.
Number 5.
100 meters, Ataraxia end up taking Esperanza with ease. Match point as well for them.
God.
Man, you're feeling so good.
That was a bloodbath. And it's funny because Ataraxia probably could have gotten even more percentage there, but they just decided not to. There was absolutely no reason to. Just ran circles around them. They got like 70 or 80 meters or whatever it was, but it felt more so like they completed the map, genuinely.
Get a billion sound barriers and then play around that as well. That's difficult, especially considering Suravasa is the next map, right? This is another map where you can play that BAP Orisa, and it's going to be difficult. So if you're peace and love, you need to go to the drawing board in like 5 seconds and solve the problems and understand what's working. And I think one of the fundamental issues they had consistently throughout Esperanza was their rushes and their overclocks getting no value. Every time they pull the trigger on those ultimates, there's a disengage. They need to find a way to force the positioning of Ataraxia, otherwise they're never going to get an opportunity to win these fights.
Yeah, I can't really remember if I saw Lauren in the kill feed once. Not even.
That's insane. I can't remember if I saw Lauren in the kill feed once. Dude, even Jaws is roasting him.
That was just really rough. I mean, Ataraxia, yeah, they maybe need to go back to the drawing board, but Dollar's ability to charge these beats is kind of nuts. Like, this is the first beat of the fight that we just saw in that previous.
The top 5 teams overall are like We're Raccoons, Falcons. I venture to say Toronto Defiant. You might even throw FTG in there potentially. And then insert EMEA team here, I guess, one of them. Kind of depends on what the meta is. You know, maybe you'll say Ents, maybe you'll say Space Station or Twisted Minds, one of those guys.
You can do this when you're playing the Baptiste and the Cassidy, because everyone's sort of playing in a much more clumped unit. You're not doing as many flanks as you are with the Lucio, Kiriko, Sojin, right? Where you're sort of trying to hold these off angles, you're trying to get flank pressure. They're just playing as a big clump, and they're just willing to just...
Oh, for the damage dealt, just see you. Look at that KD difference. 8.9 to 0.9 is insane.
Under 1 KD.
34, like, they did more damage too. Like, oh my lord.
I don't think stats normally paint the entire.
That is an insane heal difference.
But like the healing difference there is kind of nuts. Like, yeah, a whole 10k more. Like, that's ridiculous, and that's a lot of that is like amped healing too. I would love to see the actual player stats. I'm sure we could get them at some point, or even just like from the player pov.
How do you come back from that if you're peace and love? That was crushing.
Choice, but then obviously there's not many choices with a Flashpoint as of yet. And both of Matt's play is somewhat similar. Suravasa, like you mentioned, Scott, probably going to see Ataraxia stick with Dollar in for the Lucio, since Suravasa being a Flashpoint map, you need the speed. We'll see how if they end up going for the Baptiste as well, because having the Bapity and the Lucio just kind of stacked on top of each other and then just play these points is pretty ridiculous, especially on Suravasa, where you can just hold these very far back. You can like hold there's a lot of like high grounds, a lot of positions where you can just hold super far back. You're not like perma fighting on the point on this map like you do on Junkertown. So we'll have to end up see what goes down. Obviously, Peace and Love want to be able to get back into this one. They need to send us to a map number 5, but it's Ataraxia, it's their game to lose right now. And yeah, this is a bit of an interesting one. Danid in, Shaxx out. Shaxx perma-playing Tracer. Tracer is his best hero, but Danid comes in? Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about this substitution because Shaxx was going nuclear on some of these points.
Wait, they sub Shaxx out?
Really diffing on that role, so I wonder if there's something spicy to be added here with Danid coming in, maybe a pocket pick. I'm curious because that went so well. I don't know if I would make that decision, but sometimes these players have already been predetermined of who's going to play on what maps in the series. This is what you scrim on. This is what you practice. So see what
Shaxx has been absolutely torching them,
on the other side,
and they're subbing him
I
out.
always wonder if you go like, hey, we're not going to be able to solve.
What kind of plan do they have? They're clearly not playing Tracer if they're subbing him out. Clearly not.
They play a little bit faster. I don't understand what their limitations are as a team in terms of like, can they play an effective dive on a map like Suravasi? If not, can they play just something different? Throw a curveball at Ataraxia, because if they just keep playing Ataraxia's game, you're going to get the same result.
All right, let's load in. Ataraxia on map point now. And it's worth keeping in mind too, they did face each other in Swiss stage. And it was Peace and Love that came out on top. A 2-1 victory there. And this being a first to 3. God damn, that is...
They want a map 5 big brain.
That was awesome. Do you see the Korean contenders? Korean contenders clip? Not contenders, sorry. Korean OWCS clip of them laughing about the crocodile POV.
No.
it was really good. I love the Korean broadcast actually. So fun.
That's funny.
All right, let's have a look though. Looks like Peace and Love. No real shocks here. Just going with the Kiri.
Okay, they're playing Symmetra.
For the Echo instead. And so they're playing
Okay.
we kind of expected would come out. It's gonna be
I don't know how I feel about this.
Kind of is shades of what we got from Twisted Minds yesterday, right? They like playing around the Symmetra. They like being able to move their team as a whole in one direction. But because they're not playing the Malga, I wonder if this sort of changes the way that they want to play it. Let's see if Dana can find the value. Just like we talked about with Twisted Minds, the difficulty can be that you don't have a Tracer.
Okay, Ataraxia are throwing on purpose. Big brain.
And that should be first cap to Peace and Love, and now, yeah.
Tactical throw.
Yeah, they need to die or just reset. And there you go. They choose death.
Limit testing, real. I don't like playing a sim into an Echo. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, and if you're not going to use the Symmetra teleporter as quickly as they did, maybe they were trying to prepare for it before Dollar fell, but you're not really going to find value. Maybe they're just trying to poke with the right clicks of Symmetra, but you can't argue that that would be better than a Tracer in this situation. Actually, interestingly enough, Peace and Love aren't even playing a Tracer there, and they're playing this the Echo, which is a pretty solid choice as well. Your ability to just pump out damage. If anyone gets low, you can beam them down.
Well, they TP past the choke. I mean, oh, that's a lot of damage. The Symmetra also does a lot of work to the Orisa, but actually getting up to the Orisa face-to-face is pretty tough. Both rushes coming through from Abik and Gala. Actually, Ice ends up going down first here. And there we go. Okay, here's the turnaround. And this is where the sim really shines.
Yeah.
You can put the towers on the point, and then they have to walk into you, and you're in close range.
I don't know, man. I think it's really hard for the sim to do a lot here.
But 95% for Peace and Love, and a lot of ults.
Yeah, maybe it is just one of those things.
Can't wait to go back to Shumbali. Oh god. Actually, I think Rialto was the map choice, so we won't be going to Shumbali, thank god.
Stand on point, they can just poke and prod. They also have the sim wall up right now. They have high noon. They have all the tools. Ataraxia.
I've always thought of Shaxx as more of a hit scan. It's just he usually ends up playing like Tracer or Sombra.
It's pretty difficult as the Orisa to sort of get in those positions. Wall goes up.
It's a split wall though. Psycho does end up going down to a turret of all things, and here comes the high noon. It's not like a frontwards facing wall like we've seen a lot of Twisted Minds walls.
Like way back in the day, Shaxx used to be a pretty decent hit scan. There's just never a reason for him to play hit scan ever.
I imagine quite frustrated for Peace and Love considering that.
I remember he played some Cassidy on Valiant in 2019, Stage 4.
They know Psycho is spawned first, so that's probably going to be the person to touch if they do even.
The occasional Widowmaker. It's just based off of the needs in his career. He's like never been able to play any sort of real hit scan.
Almost a full 99-0 flip. Pretty nuts.
And you can see how Darned wants to play with the Symmetra turrets. What they're doing is they're stacking all three.
I remember the Shaxx Reaper back in the day too, man. The Shaxx Reaper Death Blossom against Soul Dynasty. Oh man, what a play.
On the fly. So Peace and Love need to be careful and understand where these turrets are. Oh, Darned's been seen.
What? Okay.
Oh, he's not.
Oh, see you later. Little TP away. Psycho getting kind of dueled out. Oh, can he get fly? A little diff. Okay, there.
Out of there, Psycho.
And there is the deletion of the copy. That's all good though. Distraction technique, space created. Yeah, 3 people you distracted there. Enabled your team to win that frontwards duel, and that is the first cap on this point. Goes to Peace and Love again.
Yeah, and that was just great play by Psycho. Psycho getting the duplicate on the Cassie, able to live a surprisingly long amount of time. Just going to slow things down. Now Ataraxia backs against the wall once again. They're going to have to be the team to re-engage. You can see an aggressive stance for here from Peace and Love. Maybe trying to go for an aggressive Kitsune rush.
Nice TP rush onto the point as well. Carla's the first to fall though. Same with Fire in quick succession. That TP play looks nice, but when Peace and Love, I wouldn't say they were ready for it there. It was a little bit of a shock, but they all managed to group up extremely quickly, back off as a unit, and then use a rush of their own. Pick off onto Carla is perfect. That'll be Ataraxia going for a reset again. Actually switching over to the Batiste now.
I like this decision. I feel like with the way that they're playing, the Baptiste can make more sense. You know, you can do a lot of AoE healing. You're essentially planning on...
Every time you say Psycho, I think, yeah, it happens. I understand.
TP2 touch. Did they manage to get it? Yeah, they did. Sound barrier comes in. Terror Searcher group everybody together. A little flip of the map here as the wall comes in.
Pretty costly to get that point to not really get any kills.
But they didn't lose anybody, so a quick re-engagement is available.
Please hit the shots, dude. Don't miss your shots now. Come on now.
Goes down to the railgun as the sound barrier comes through. No way Ataraxia can fight into this one, but they're going to choose to try and hold on to this point. But still,
Rip.
just holding on to that final charge, that overclock, just nails Eric. And then at the end of the day, Ataraxia, they made these swift TP plays and with the wall, but that's so many ultimates to use, and then Lauren just matches him with the railgun. A fantastic re-engage there by Peace and Love. Just it was a flip into a flip into a flip into a flip, just everybody rotating as a unit over and over again. It was Peace and Love that came out on top as they now rotate to this third point.
Most importantly for me, the thing that is important for Peace and Love is Lauren's hitting shots, right? Like that was the one thing we called out in Esperanza. Lauren just wasn't able to find value, just getting punished every time they pick their head. It's 2 fights in a row now that they've gotten the opening pick with a rail. So if Lauren can keep that up, that's going to be something that Ataraxia don't really have tools to be able to deal with. They don't have a trace to be able to put on pressure. So now they just have to deal with it and hope that Lauren starts missing shots. High noon TP engage.
Oh, that was close.
Lauren again.
Window could be pretty okay here, though. It's kind of awkward, though.
There's their copy, Terror Surge. Psycho has to get out of there.
Rip. They gotta get out.
Finding a crazy amount of value in terms of kills, but creating a lot of space, and that is for certain. Especially if you copy the Orisa. Normally, the copies, the best targets are things that have a lot of survivability tools. Especially if you're copying tanks, and Orisa is definitely one of them.
Abik uses the rush at the end there, and Ataraxia just like, okay, you can have the point to begin with, but just re-engage in the same position. Peace and Love kind of getting caught with their pants down. We're trying to rotate onto the high ground, but they've given up so much position on the point.
Oh, what a Terror Surge. Ends up getting deleted, though. That was a big one. Ended up hitting that 4 to 5 before they went in with the Terror Surge. Helped get into position with that speed boost, but problem is with Terror Surging 5 people, they all kind of just look at you and you die. Oh, that was close.
Oh, very close to dying. Yeah, Peace and Love, I don't think realizing, I think they thought Ataraxia was going to be rotating around the right side, but ended up getting caught. Had to use ultimates to try and offset that positional weakness.
Yeah, I don't know why Sauna's not playing. I could not tell you. We have not seen him the entire series, and I am failing to understand why.
Well, how about you deal with one of these, huh? A little spear spin and then a golden Orisa for you?
What can you, like, the problem with that overclock is what can you expect? Are you just hoping people are going to peek you and disrespect you when you pop that overclock? It doesn't feel like Peace and Love are playing around it and putting Lauren in a position to succeed with these overclocks. And now more and more percentage goes up for Ataraxia, 79%, 80%, one last team fight.
Window on the high ground too, and look at this.
Oh, get out of there. Brother, communicate with each other. That Echo almost just got killed. Okay, they don't even touch. That's a disaster. This feels like a battle of who wants to lose this more right now. This is a tragedy. This is some ugly Overwatch that I'm witnessing.
And they will take the series away from Peace and Love.
And that feels so bad if you're Peace and Love. They use the sound barrier and the duplicate to get into the fight to touch in overtime. But no one was.
I just find it funny that Sana's perma-benched, like, everywhere he goes. The only place he was never perma-benched was on Team Finland. And he was a beast on Finland. Unfortunate.
There's the cap once again. Peace and Love. This is the third time in a row they've capped first, or fourth time in a row, I think. They've capped first. And they're actually more than happy to fight on the back foot, it seems. Oh, there's the Orisa in.
Sana's a flex DPS.
Scary prospect. No way Ataraxia want to fight this, so they end up backing off pretty quickly.
Yeah, great play with the rush. Like, their rushes have gotten swing value so far in this series. Sometimes.
Okay. I mean,
Erikek decided to use Terra Surge and
He has played a good bit of Soj. This is true.
put it on front page of Reddit.
Wow,
Like, that would have been.
would you get a 5k? When would that ever
If
happen?
everybody's mouses and keyboards disconnect at the same time.
I almost thought Erikek was gonna do the classic, like, oops, I accidentally used my ultimate in a bad spot. It's okay, I was swapping heroes anyway.
Yeah.
And then, like, switch to a different hero for no reason.
Well, they did.
Better of it, just accept the bad ultimate. Hey, you know, I can't speak. You know, we've all had our bad ultimates in the past.
So true. Yeah, two of them. So true.
Okay, well, it didn't have to bring that up. As we go on to this next one, Overclock beat Windows.
Oh, okay. They use it a lot at the same time. But it's
Very heavy investment from Ataraxia, and I've yet to see a kill pop up. Good disengage by Peace and Love. It's just they gotta not choke this now.
Flip there, but that's just Peace and Love just deciding they can go again as 5. Same kind of thing has happened in the
You
last
have
couple
plenty of ults. There's absolutely no way you lose this. If you lose this, just lose the series now.
Surely they don't lose this one. There's the sound barrier. Peace and Love just dealing
Okay,
with this
there you go.
attack easily. Perfectly designed sound barrier.
Very nice.
Dollar just isolated, just taken down eventually. And yeah, Peace and Love just ult dumping in that fight. Not quite though, I'd say. Actually, I'll take that back. Psycho saving that duplication for this next point. And here we go. Final round of this flashpoint. Ataraxia still need that one to not eliminate Peace and Love. This is the winner's match, of course. The winner here will advance on to the main event. Peace and Love want to make sure they can go to a map number 5, so they got to win this next point.
Yeah. Now, Peace and Love, they have good ultimates here as well. They're gonna get to the point. Once again, they have the rush. They catch Ataraxia off guard with this rush, yeah. They're gonna try and get the pick onto Erikek. Wall goes down to give him a little bit of protection.
Only a little bit though. It's kind of split fairly awkwardly. You can see
Nice.
up in this corner.
Good play.
Stunned, ain't sharp.
Another good play. There you go.
But,
Psycho popping off on this.
from Psycho, the duplication on
Oh,
the Orisa.
oh. Yeah.
Easy first fights on these points. They always cap the point first. It's whether they can hold on to them is the question. Peace and Love. They do end up duping there. So yeah, again, not all dumping in that last fight, or at least not fully. Just enable them to capture that point first.
Feels like Peace and Love is doing a much better job of catching Ataraxia. Wow, that was a great disengage by Gala. The fact that they were able to live the 5 players running him down. But Peace and Love are doing a much better job of forcing Ataraxia to fight on their terms. They're using the rushes at the right times. The overclocks are a little bit better. And that's why their ult cycling just feels a lot easier. And it just doesn't feel like they're just getting completely dismantled with the teleporters and the movement from Ataraxia. So Terra Surge up for Erikek. They have a window. They're actually going to flank all the way around to Peace and Love's side, drop the window, maybe try and catch them with some positioning stuff.
Window's good.
That was Ice for the moment there, playing Doorkeeper, playing the bouncer on the point, but they paid their fee. They get entrance now.
And now, like, if you can all die on point, you may have a small chance of recontesting if you lose this badly.
I feel like Peace and Love just weren't ready for that long flank. Just a little bit too much damage going through that window. But no issues, Peace and Love. They only really need to win one more team fight, and they have the ultimates to do it. So far, every time they've used rushes in this map, it feels like they've been finding value. So if they can do that again, they should be able to close this map and take the map 5. Very early Terra Surge.
Oh, they needed Suzu, and they got it just in time. I hear the high noon go in.
Okay, there you go. Looks like map 5 is coming.
What an absolute roll on this
A late stagger on Dola would be huge. They don't get it. Not yet. He's dead. All right. That's it. Map 5 it is.
I'm going to map number 5. Yes, it is. Look at this. Duplication into spawn. There's the point. There's the map. Map number 5 here for Peace and Love now.
Symmetra was an interesting choice. I highly disagree with it, and yet they still almost won anyway.
And then you have to question on the side of Ataraxia, were they finding enough value on the Symmetra to justify it? You can see the idea behind it on some of those points, the way that they're doing the TP plays, allowing their team to move around, but it just didn't feel like, as soon as Peace and Love just wisened up to what they were doing and then just sort of forced their point, it wasn't really like they could do anything with Symmetra. Symmetra just isn't very good in the neutral if you're not getting value out of the teleporter and the kit of her.
Yeah. Rialto up next. That's got to be Shax coming back in, right? I mean, you can play the sim, to be fair. Thinking about it, especially on like point 1, you can like TP past these sort of these problematic chokes. Point 2 especially, you can just TP up to high ground, ignore the bridge completely. Like, there's a lot of places you can play the sim, but do you think Shax is coming back in here for the...
Shax better come back in. Are you kidding me? He was carrying.
Really strong. There's just so many great flank angles, especially on the first point, right? You can play towards the sort of the rivers and stuff like that. You can just always putting on pressure, but we do have some winning comms coming out from Peace and Love. Let's hear what we have to see.
Push out, get the rest. Go spawn. They don't have Tracer, we can go. They're close.
I'm on you.
They cannot touch.
Sim one. I'm on Creep.
Please don't.
Doom chase team, come point now, 5-man point. Nice.
Psycho, how the fuck are you so good?
Oh, whoa. Find him.
Facts. Spit facts.
Yeah, just fact. Hey, they're saying what we can't. You know, we appreciate that.
So true. I love as well at the end. It was like, please shoot the Doom. Please, I'm begging. Like,
most respectful Overwatch player. You know, I don't think I've ever heard a please in my comms in the past before. It's just like, please. And please is just another level of like, guys, just one time, bro. Just one time, shoot the Doom.
The damn Doom. Yeah, good stuff there from Peace and Love at the very end. Went all the way to a round number 5, or a point number 5 on Flashpoint. Let's have a look at some highlights though as we roll into the next map in just a moment. Map number 5, mind you. But yeah, Psycho on the Echo did a fair amount, especially like, you know, sometimes not getting kills, but distracting 3 people so your team can win. Yeah, W in the Echo book. And the ability to copy into someone like a Cassidy is great, but sometimes it's Orisa, and you can survive a heck of a lot of time on the Orisa too. And dealing with 2 Orisas, I mean, dealing with 1 is annoying, right? But dealing with 2 is just, oh, please end me. Like,
wait, you're saying you don't want to go back to 6v6 no roll queue? Wait, I've been reading the internet recently, Jack, and that's what everyone wants.
That's facts. Yeah, I can't wait to have 5 Orisas and then 1 Lucio. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
We'll go back to the good old days of 26.
It's not Overwatch League anymore, but they should still find him anyway, because it's funny.
They needed to go back to the drawing board, and it feels like they did in a big way, and a part of that is the Psycho Echo, really sort of changing things up. Feels like they're just completely free to move around the map, getting high value from these duplicates time and time again, just catching, you know, Atraxia just a little off guard. And as we go on to Rialto, you know, everything's up in the air. What do both teams do? Do we see Shax come back into the lineup? Do you keep playing the Echo? Can you play the Echo if there's a Tracer on the field? There's a lot of mind games that go in from map to map.
Yeah, dude, every single time I see Danade in, I'm like, man, just reminds me of Dan when he played Doomfist. Doomfist for London's, not London Spitfire, British Hurricane back in the day, yeah, the good old days. There's the KDs on the map.
For something that went to the 5th and final round, that's a pretty ridiculous KD differential.
This would be like, oh,
The disengages were clean from Peace and Love.
7.2 to 1.3 KDA. Not really.
Yes, fine him for the memes, of course. Alright. They banned Shambali. Based Shambali haters. Let's go. The carry is back.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is just straight okay, playtime's over, we're going back to our Esperanza comp. You can play the Tracer, you can play the Baptiste, you can play the Cassidy very effectively on this map. You just move as a unit, force that damage, and then you're going to force Peace and Love to be the team that's going to have to adjust. So now let's see if Peace and Love are going to try and respond in a big way. But map 5, we got another banger series here, Jack. Some of these groups are getting very...
What has happened so far? We've seen a combination of horrible plays and throwing from both sides. And now here we are on a map 5 to decide it all.
Yeah, that team is very, very fun to cast, very fun to watch as well. Both of these teams, both Ataraxia and Peace and Love, in their opening matches, they just went 3-0.
And Ataraxia is going to have a dive defense.
And then, Meta Boys,
They're going to try and utilize this high ground to their advantage. They're also playing the Widowmaker.
close between Peace and Love and Arya, but the Esperanza that they played was not like Arya got like 3 meters.
I like the idea of a Widow potentially, but
Yeah, not the closest there. Definitely the head honcho ponchos.
it's gotta
And with Ataraxia
lead to some shots being hit, otherwise you're screwed.
fight on the Widow.
I'm kind of curious to see how the Widowmaker is gonna work here.
The only good news is without a Winston or like a Diva or anything, Fi absolutely has some room to do some stuff here.
Outside of Rialto.
Oh yeah, no, Psycho wasn't really throwing. It was Lauren throwing mostly.
That's a settings difference where if you play on lower settings, there's a bunch of assets and resources that
I just don't see, like, the art in Overwatch is really beautiful and very stylized, right? There's a lot of art I just don't see because I play on low. It's crazy. I've played on low.
frames.
Yeah, you do it for the exactly. I want a consistent 240 frames, bro, or 250 frames.
So it's going to be interesting. So Peace and Love, they're going to continue to play the Orisa, but they have the Psycho over to the Tracer so that they can put a little bit of pressure on the Widowmaker. There's going to be, there's going to need to be big things
Close.
coming out of Fire. Fire needs
That
to
spear
find
could have been deadly.
headshots, because otherwise you can see exactly what's going to happen here. Ataraxia's just consistently being pushed back. The brawl style of the Orisa.
Wow, this Orisa is causing havoc. Buying so much space. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, yeah, maybe it's time to get off Monkey.
Well, they gave no.
I think it's time to make some switches. You didn't have it work out on point A, so we make some switches now.
A bit of a slower style, a little slower push with the Orisa, but they know Fire's on Widow, so they just wrap through the buildings and giving him no room to find a headshot. Really nice stuff so far from Peace and Love. And Fire, yeah, okay. There's the switch. No Widow, straight to the cast.
Yeah. And now
They're playing Echo?
Go over to Echo. Indecisive of what they want to do on this map. It feels like Ataraxia were not ready for what Peace and Love were bringing out. And this is a weird matchup. Playing the Winston versus the Orisa. The Winston can definitely work, but it requires a lot of coordination and a lot of structure. It's a lot easier for Peace and Love to win this matchup because they just need to play as a unit and deal with the threats that are going to be running at them, which is the Winston, which is the Echo. Oh, the fire's getting very long.
Oh boy, this is very one-sided now. Uh-oh. Ataraxia's in big trouble.
Wow, Ataraxia. Not standing up to Peace and Love right now. Maybe this Primal Rage is the difference maker, but they've got...
Sound barrier is good. The Primal does nothing. We got to get off the Winston here, I think. He tried to make it work. I think it's time.
Happy to just kind of dash on forward, knowing the Winston can't put down a bubble to dissuade them from using that overclock. I mean, Peace and Love are just running away with this.
Don't complicate things. Just go back to what was working before, man. Yeah, go to your Orisa. Go to the cast. Don't bother saving for the dupe. Just play what was working. They got a 5-minute time bank on Rialto. This is ridiculous.
5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining going into the third point of Rialto.
And with all these swaps, you don't exactly have a lot of resources. So if you lose a fight in the neutral here, oh, okay. That works. Yeah.
A little bit taking down Psycho. That should at least create a little bit of a reset. But I like this look from Ataraxia. I want to see them go back towards what they were doing more on Esperanza. They know they can win this Orisa.
Like, this is what works. Just stick to your guns, man.
Oh, nice Suzu there, saving Fire's life. Hit a couple of headies there, but not guarantee them any kills just yet.
This cast was a disruption in the early portion of the series. Just go back to it. Don't go down like this. Like, come on.
The whole time.
Yeah, and they're getting card progress while this is happening. Ataraxia falls back. Fight does end up getting the high noon, but
the rush comes out in response.
A rush.
Surely there's one kill. Oh no. And Lauren just takes the skies.
Bristle could be big here.
I mean, Eric Egg got demolished. I mean, what more could you really say?
Got the Curie.
Comes in. Gala with a nicely timed Suzu. But where's the switch step?
Very good. Got Gala. The cart's been moving this whole time as well.
able to do so after that tower side just smacked them down.
They've got to contest. I mean, they have ults, but they got to get there. Okay, there we go. Engagement beat. It's very early.
Coming in from Peace and Love, post-bomb for Shax, looking for somebody, looking for just a single kill. A single kill on the
All right, they got one. They killed Lauren. There you go. Go back to hashtag bully Lauren. That's all you got to do.
Speed running through Rialto. That has got to be close. If they capped Scott, that's got to be close to a record. But luckily, Ataraxia managed to hold them there. 3 minutes and 30 seconds though on point 3 Rialto, where the payload was like 5 meters away. Yeesh. One fight to go for Peace and Love now to secure the point.
Yeah, if you're Peace and Love, you don't need to stress here. You're more than happy to take multiple fights. You can play a couple of dry fights, build up your ultimates. You can get Abik's rush up before Gala gets another rush up as well. That'll be a window in time where you're just so much stronger than your opponent. See, just a lot of poking and prodding. Oh, Eric again.
You have to ult just to stay alive. Not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. They're so far up too. That should just be the round. Barring any miracles, that should just be the round.
You eventually get pushed off, and now the rest of Peace and Love, they're just cleaning up.
They pushed way too far up. That was a big mistake.
2 minutes and 41 seconds for Peace and
2:41 on the clock. This is gonna be a Herculean task for Ataraxia right now. This is
And that cost. It was
brutal.
Just had a bunch of ultimates advantage, so it wasn't even like they were playing dramatically better. And I want to see Ataraxia go back to what was working. I would like to see Gala come out in the Baptiste, Ericx starting the Orisa, and just sort of get a mental reset, because right now it feels like Peace and Love, they just have infinite confidence, and Ataraxia just don't have any answers.
I want to see if Fire's going to pick up the Widow again.
I hope not. I'll be honest, Jack. I really hope not. I think Widowmaker, yes, there are situations where Widowmaker can be very strong on Rialto. You see it play it in ranked a lot, right? But in a level of coordination where teams are very good about dealing with flankers, working as a unit, not playing in sightlines, it can just be very difficult to find value. And as I said earlier, if you're not hitting the headshots, you're pretty much a completely useless member of the team.
Yeah, Peace and Love didn't give him chance to even do any of that because of the speed they were playing at. All right, Peace and Love on the defense. It feels like a very strange series. I don't know if you're feeling this way as well, where like some maps are like, okay, this is a steamroll. It's like Esperanza. It was a steamroll, and then it's like, oh, okay, no, take it back. It's actually super close. Oh, it's a steamroll. It feels like some teams just very much preferring certain game modes, game types, maps as well. Peace and Love, zero scrims, fun mixed team.
Full fun team.
Full fun team.
All
right, no Widowmaker.
What I was asking for, yeah, no Widowmaker. Fire on the Cassidy, Gala on the Baptiste. Go back to what was working. So yeah, let's see if they can do what they did on Esperanza here on Rialto. They can just slowly take this high ground, play smart, play methodical.
Fire signaling to the rest of their team that maybe they could just take the high ground away from Lauren, but Lauren does end up just skating away onto the high ground. Fine, not happy with that though.
Oh, Lauren!
It's like, you guys did this to me.
Lauren! Oh my god!
Nice little wrap around there from
Any cart pushers? There we go.
Grenade actually hit Psycho of all people. Not sure how Fire managed to weave that one through, but he did.
There's a little bit of cat and mouse right now. Everyone's just chasing each other. No one's been able to find a pick of kind of reset.
Yeah, no kills have happened, and well, there we go. I spoke too soon. Never mind.
Really good spin.
I was gonna say no kills had happened, and we rounded the corner, but something finally happened.
Again. Yeah, Fire gets taken out. They're just taking a lot of time off the bank as well, Scott. Worth keeping in mind. All these like big rotations, they're not getting a lot of space on the payload, and especially at this point, you need a fight win to really push this payload around the center square.
And you can see Ataraxia's just trying to find anyone to isolate. They were looking for Lauren, they were looking for everyone. Oh, great boot. Forces Ericx onto the low ground. So the team's going to be a little bit disjointed. We're not under the point to give him a little bit of time, but huge.
Dola does not have his ult yet.
Fire dead again. Man, they really hate Fire.
They're able to find a couple, but it's not enough.
Yeah, that rush just sealing the deal for...
And there's another little stagger on the Gala here as well.
Not the longest stagger, but still 2 minutes to go. Half the time bank disappearing.
That did cost Peace and Love both support ultimates, so that's it's going to be difficult for them to really be able to stand up to the sound barrier coming out from Dollar. Just the sheer amount of damage. So if you're Peace and Love, you're looking for a disengagement here. You want to play aggressive. You want to force them to use ultimates and then try and back up and play to the more advantageous choke that you have. Oh, stick.
Oh, fine.
Good lamp, but how much? Yeah, how much can he take though? He cannot survive all that.
My word, there was nothing they let him get away with there. And then the overclock to finish this one off. Oh,
Pretty nice stick.
Pulse bombs, Shags. I mean, they killed Ice.
Winning, actually, yeah, with that one more kill in alone. Well, it's not even winning. That's sort of why I ask why. It's like, even though you get that pick, it doesn't really result in much. Psycho needs to get out of this fight, though. As I said, that costs Ataraxia all of their ultimates. Your Peace and Love, you take this. You just hold the choke, use your advantageous position.
Bruh.
Oh, he's dead again. That's so rough. Just hounding him down. Switched over from the Cassidy, mind you. Good little boop out of the lamp. Tries to scurry back to it, but Psycho, hot on their trail. Escapes at 39 HP. 60 seconds to
They're playing. They swapped onto Sombra. This is looking like a done deal. Ataraxia falling apart at the seams here. Yikes.
Ataraxia here, Peace and Love are about to take the series away from them.
They're just a little bit of desperation from Ataraxia. They're just, you can see they're just playing a little panicked, a little too fast. They're not doing their due diligence, and that's what results in Fire getting punished. And now you're fighting into a Kitsune rush from a Beak. You got a pulse bomb from Psycho, who's been so clean with them recently. This is going to be hard for them to win this fight.
Psycho's already looking to set one up there, Scott. You can see him dueling with Shax, trying to force that recall. Lauren? Lauren is pretty low.
Bro, Lauren's like running away from the heals. He desperately wants to die. Very early window, or not window, MO down though.
Ataraxia do have the high ground, but Scott, high ground's great, but the payload's right there.
Yeah, but 7 seconds to go. Out this rush, almost a little too early from a Beak getting a little panicked, thinking that they needed to fight that thing.
Good window.
Ice is in trouble.
Yeah, they drop straight onto the payload. Ignored that.
Oh, never say die, I guess.
The window, isolated Ice, and that will be it. You'd imagine for this fight. Shax gets taken down by Psycho, but there's no one left from Peace and Love to touch that point. Well, I suppose Psycho is, but how long can he really survive? He ends up going down to a Magnate. And there we go, finally, Ataraxia by the skin of their teeth, man. They managed to get that first point.
They just regained their composure. Great play, recognizing, hey, that rush was terrible from a Beak. We don't need to fight into this. We have 20 seconds remaining. Wait it out, come back in with the window of their own. Peace and Love just getting caught off guard. They still are in the driver's seat. They're in a great situation. 2 minutes remaining for Ataraxia. And Peace and Love had 2 minutes 41 on the board, but anything can happen in these kind of push maps.
Oh my god, I thought he was dead there.
Wow. Takes down Psycho, but
Psycho's there. And a deal with the devil there. 2 minutes to go, Scott, like you were saying. There's the Terror Surge dragging everybody in. Sound barrier to match. Yulo was in there for quite a while. I was surprised the Overhealth managed to tank all of that.
Oh my god, that's an aggro and a half. Oh, that was close to an Ajax from Doa.
Perfect way to line people up.
And despite that sound barrier, they're getting absolutely melted.
Psycho lands a nice little pulse bomb. Couple of ultimates will end this fight.
Get him, Gala, get him!
Oh, yeah, ain't no way that's happening. Surely they kill Gala though. Psycho's alive.
they don't even need to kill Gala. Like, they can just reset. The damage would be done at this point. Let Gala live. Oh, never mind. Gala's the one who wants blood.
Oh my god.
Oh, straight to the right. And not
Maybe
to the
heal our
right.
Tracer? How do we let that happen?
Bad death, but you're Tracer. You're going to be able to get back to the fight soon, but they rounded the second to last corner to second point.
They have a rush here. I would expect them to sort of waterfall it.
What was Lauren doing there, dude? That's been the whole series.
Through the window, ignore that one
If
completely.
you want to sum up the theme of the series, it is what is Lauren doing there?
Works. Fi just playing in the back line right there, knowing that maybe Peace and Love would overextend, and overextend they did through the window, and Fi had basically a firing range to shoot down. 30 seconds to go. Once again, Ataraxia playing near to OT as Peace and Love aren't going to be able to touch this point. Oh, Lauren's in.
Lauren's in. Oh, dead again.
0.15 meters to go, and they're determined to try and get a touch on this second point again. Just force OT, looking for a miracle hold now, but it's looking rather unlikely.
On the Orisa, we're shooting the Orisa. There you go.
And there we go, point 2 unlocked.
Still alive. Barely still alive.
I don't like that recontest at the last second. I feel like you're giving away a lot of ultimates. You're giving up the first half of the third point. You guys have 3 minutes in the clock. There's no reason to feel like you're pressured or you're forced to recontest in these situations. You're better off taking the position because now they're going into this third point. They're at an ultimate disadvantage. All of a sudden, your team is all the way back, so you've lost that positioning. So it feels like, you know, Peace and Love, they're just so close to winning that it feels like they're sort of forcing things a little bit too much.
No cancellation of the high noon there.
He's in trouble.
Okay, very stark contrast to what we saw on point A. 60 seconds to go now for Ataraxia. Very much in this, but the problem is now you can just kind of flood out the spawn.
Bro, they actually might be able to complete the map. This is crazy. But Peace and Love have some good ults here to kind of keep this going. You have spawn advantage here, engagement B. Oh, wait, that's a pretty big ult. Wait, that Orisa ult was nasty. Holy. Shax gets staggered as well.
To get that final checkpoint, and Peace and Love, they're trying to make it a little bit more punishing for Ataraxia.
Yeah, they're playing up far too. How are they gonna even touch? That should probably just be the series. How do they touch here? Yeah, that's it. Shax can't get there. That's the series. Wow. That is tragic. Peace and Love with the 5-map victory. The team who says we don't scrim managed to get out of the groups. 2-0 in the groups, beating Aoyan Ataraxia back to back. They'll be moving on.
Peace and Love turned it up to a 6th gear there, so.
They really did. I'm thoroughly impressed how they continued to manage to really force Ataraxia to play their pace and their kind of game. They were in control of all the timings, all the engages. They played it really, really smart. And even though Ataraxia ended up being back again on, let's say, their comfort picks on what really worked for them, as you mentioned on Esperanza, I believe, they just couldn't make it work. Really, really, really great rematch there. Let's actually listen into the winning comms and hear what they had to say.
I can play. Yeah, we can. Trust, we can. We can't touch. We cannot.
Tracer is late. Hold it.
I'm on monkey.
No. Tracer attack right.
Let's go more. Ripper. Monkey one. Ripper. Nice.
Well fucking done. Crazy.
Yeah. Well effing done indeed.
Well done.
Well done. One of them has a very gentle voice.
I know. I thought the same thing. That was very soothing.
I know, right? I know. Like that.
All right, time to change the title of the stream to
Like I wasn't stressed at all. But yeah,
Streamer Team versus Pros.
Generally, I think this team really impressed. Ataraxia, I do believe that most people would have expected them to win, not just this match, but generally the group. They expect them to be the first one coming out of the group and heading into the main event. Alas, it shall not be. They are not done yet. They will get a second chance in an elimination match, but for now we have to say congratulations, of course, to the opposition.
It is time, chat. It is time to watch Super Shy play against the GOAT Schmungus.
These two teams, you can tell they have their own style of how they like to play the game, and the way they match up is very interesting, and you saw it evolve as the series went on, and you know, you have to put a lot of respect onto Peace and Love. I think they did a great job. A lot of teams would have lost that Esperanza in such a convincing fashion and been like, well, we're in a lot of trouble for the rest of this series. So keeping their composure, bringing it back, you know, they deserve to be the #1 seed in this group.
Yeah, for sure.
I absolutely would love to see Schmungus win, but they're probably getting 3-0'd.
So it's not like
In all likelihood, they're getting 3-0'd.
Team cohesion, they've been playing with each other for a long while as on the other side, of course, with Ataraxia, like
Chat, are we trying to will a Schmungus win into existence right now?
Enough already of cohesion, that synergy should be there, and they shouldn't be the ones to be forced into positions where they have to throw all their ults into a fight and hope that they somehow manage to snack a win.
Yeah, no scrims, fun mixed team. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the tagline. Hey, and they came 4th in Swiss too, which is kind of nuts.
Yes, we are.
mentioning at the top of the series, they lost to
Super Shy's got a good team.
Like they lost to like Space Station, they lost to Ents, like they lost to the teams that people would expect.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to see Schmungus win.
Especially in the upper portions of, or like I say the mid portion of the brackets, and especially going into the main event, it's extremely competitive. And I wouldn't be too surprised seeing Ataraxia also go through in their group.
I want a salty run back in the round of 8 bracket. I want to run back one more time. I want to see this so we can once and for all close this out, because as I said, you know, you have to just say Peace and Love are the better team so far. They've done it twice in a row. Yes, it's been close, but you know, when you have a guy like this, Psycho and the Tracer, Psycho and the Echo as well on that SP.
Yeah, Psycho actually put in the work.
Absolutely deserved player of the match.
Bro had Lauren handicap on his team. He popped off.
Like the Tracer player needs to be like switched on 100% of the time. We saw Shax obviously get subbed out for Daned in this situation, but with Psycho also being able to play the Echo and change up their style and change up for depending on map type, not only do you have just a ridiculous Tracer, the Echo looked great. The copies specifically looked really good, just really forcing, like you can see it right here, just sort of forcing the enemy backline just to, hey, you have to deal with me first before you get through everybody else. And that's what the Echo really does, is just buy time and just waste the time as supports and hopefully land a nice little double kill too, right? But at the end of the day, the Tracers, they have to be top tier, and I think Psycho proved that today.
Couldn't agree more. Let's actually dive into our post-game interview, because Abi is standing by for a quick chat after getting that dub. Abik, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on yet another victory against one and the same team. Let's talk about this. Yeah, just another one in the back, you know. What gave you the upper hand once again? Why do you guys just seem to have their number?
Well, we beat them in Swiss with no scrims, and then we started scrimming, so it was pretty obvious we were going to win. we gave them 2 maps for fun.
Straightforward, to the point.
That's very nice of you.
For fun team, giving away 4 fun maps. I really like it a big.
Are you going to start scrimming like SSG, Ents and stuff? Like, what's going on? What's the plan moving on?
Oh, okay, I may have lied. We did maybe 6 hours of scrims, 3 blocks.
Okay.
It's better than nothing.
Doesn't count. They've been scrimming for weeks.
Dude, I'll be so sad if Ataraxia loses to Aw Yeah. Although I do like Aw Yeah because Kaya Junkrat is goated. But my boy Shax, man, come on.
Sort of regroup after that map and win the next 2.
If they lose to the Junkrat Wrecking Ball, it's time to pack it up.
You can assume the word I'm going to say, but and then we just got testosterone and we showed it on the second map, and then everyone started screaming, high energy comms, you know. We just shot them.
Sounded very soothing. We listened in a few times. It was actually very soothing. Like some of you have very like gentle voices, which is quite nice, honestly, to listen into. Let's talk about your team in general. It's to my understanding that you're the team leader, the captain, but you're also kind of running all the things in the back end. Was it just a completely pickup team, like really just for fun?
Well, 4 of our team have played together before. We're just a group of friends. They won contenders last year with Munich, if you guys remember, in the Jump Queen meta. So it's like those 4 plus me, Ice, and Loren. So it's like a core, but like we're just playing for fun. And we didn't expect to get so far.
I like that.
Now we're here.
I mean, with the power of friendship, you got it done. Now, of course, your eyes are set on the main event. Is there any team in there you're really itching to play? And if so, which one would that be and why?
Probably EXO, because we want to establish us. We got top 4 in Swiss, but we want to properly establish ourselves in the Big 4, you could say.
Legend.
We love that. We love that. Well, we can't wait to see that happening or not. Either way, it's gonna be fun to watch you guys go at it again. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck in the main event.
Thank you.
Yeah, EMEA Stage 2's been great.
I love them. My new favorite team. I'm Peace and Love to the moon. They have my stance.
To the moon. And further. I feel like after hearing him, he was the gentle voice in the comms, was he?
You should have complimented it. You should have said something.
I didn't want to make it weird, guys.
It would have been weird, and I would have made it weirder if you had said something.
When I kind of went into the direction, I'm already like, oh, you're making it weird, so just shut up. You know, well, sometimes it do be like that. Either way, they advance.
Yo, oh yeah, are playing on 420. Nice.
Dominance over the opposition. Ataraxia, unfortunately, fell on their hands. They do get another chance to qualify though, so this might not be the very end for them. They are now finding themselves, of course, in an elimination match. That's right. Words are hard indeed. Now, next up, our first elimination match of the group stage.
Yes, Schmungus Nation.
For their lives. It's very dramatic. Let's see who's coming out on top of that after this.
Schmungus. Yeah. SK is gonna play Lucio and Life Weaver, and it's gonna be epic. Imagine Custa casting his own game. That sounds amazing. Twins between Schmungus and Overwatch? Probably Overwatch, I feel like. I think Overwatch have the veteran experience at DPS that kind of gives them the edge. Which name is better? Oh, Schmungus. It's not even close. What's this on Twitter? Korean coach cannot comprehend Timeless's insane macro. In parentheses, they stand grouped on point. I've got to see this. Hold on. He's oh. I can't hear what he's saying.
What are they doing?
Oh, what are they doing? He said. He's in disbelief. It's just they're all just standing together. That's funny. Who is that? I think that's 8. Like, low-key when you think about it, J3 and Apply were both, well, actually, Emongan. Well, yeah, now that I think about it, I mean, they have a lot of former professional players. I mean, they're washed, hence the name, but they've got some good experience there. All but CarQ, yeah. And CarQ's the GOAT because he has tips and tricks guides. So he's got the true knowledge. He knows ball. Apply and Custa are also Overwatch League players, yes. And never forget when J3 played as Jesus. Never forget. Only the real ones know. Only the real ones remember Jesus. Or Renegade. As in J3, Jesus. Yeah, I honestly think that's the big difference as well. Why I'd prefer Overwatch over Schmungus. That is a bit of a backline diff. Or maybe not. I don't know. I think it'd be a good series because it's going to be very silly. Am I saying Karki is better than ML7? No, but I am saying that Custa was a former professional Overwatch League player and the other team has SK.
Heroes, this is your game, your team. And
It's all about the sum, greater than, or the whole is greater than the one individual.
Win your matches, battle for your progression. Go far, go further, even as far as the Esports World Cup. It is your time to shine. Build your team, register your team, go the distance with your team. Facetly, powered by you.
Welcome back, one and all. Yeah, Faceit Leagues sign up are open, ready for you. Or you, Costa. Especially you, Costa, actually.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be there.
I think we need to settle this and have them play at LAN, at Dallas, even though neither of them are going there. I think they should be the entertainment halftime.
What's good?
What's good? That was 70.
Baby, you want to hear more about?
Hey, you want a duo?
We're gonna win Faceit League.
Well,
It's not happening.
probably not going to happen for Costa, but it could be happening for any other team out there. So I'm very excited to see who's going to show up and show us what's good. Two teams who are definitely willing to do just that are our next two contenders, Super Shy and Schmungus. They will be going head-to-head in our first elimination match of the day, starting with Super Shy.
Watching Bunker POV, gotcha.
Team in stage 1 groups. So let's chat a little bit about the players here, starting of course with Super Shy. A few names here I definitely recognize. French player Pac, for example, played with Peps and Flash Ups.
The content bowl,
course,
yeah.
been around contender scene.
Can we please do that? Can we just get like a tournament of all content creator teams?
You name it. Who else is standing out? Tell me all about Reiner and Co.
I think that would be unbelievable.
I watched this last time.
Have Overwatch,
And I've
Schmungus,
but it's not the Overwatch League, Reiner. It is actually.
get a couple other guys in there.
I believe, they're just messing with us. So that's always fun
nice.
for us involved.
We can get an Overwatch esports YouTuber channel going, or channel, team going.
They're actually going toe-to-toe with EXO. We had a map fight banger. These guys are very close, just a couple of team fights away from being able to close that out. So very strong team here for Super Shy and Schmungus. They're definitely going to have...
Whoever has Jake just wins. Jake doesn't get to play.
Keep silly maxing in the words of ML7.
They're doing it for the content.
Actually, no. Jake has to play tank. I think that should be the rule.
If you're looking at the recent matches,
Or like there should be some kind of handicap on Jake. Main support, maybe?
Dominated Astro in the 1v1. No one
That did
forget
happen.
that. No one forget that. That match was very fun. Everybody was kind of having fun in the lobby. There were like some meme comps and sometimes they were like mirroring the Alarian stuff. Like it was very, very fun. But okay, Raxu was crazy. Like their aim is ridiculous, and it was one of the main reasons why they were able to cap a lot of the time. And also, this early hold was so funny. Like,
What is
they were
that?
like, huh, you're there, and then they just rolled over them. But it was a very fun match to watch. I would definitely recommend go watching it back. It was a 3-0 versus Space Station, but Space Station are kind of demolishing everybody right now.
It's like no shame in losing, shame in losing against them.
Exactly, there's no shame in that.
Someone please fact check, but Zergy is playing on a trackball instead of a mouse?
No, okay, so
Is that
What?
a thing, or
Yeah.
is that just once?
So no. Zerg plays on tribal. like that. He's the trackball wizard in EU, and he used to actually play Doom. Yeah, I know. Doom.
Why?
I know. How would you do
the
it?
question I have is why?
Because I don't know, because I guess they grew up with it, and they have no mouse space, I suppose. I have no idea, but they used to play Doomfist a ton. It was like the trackball Doomfist player, and then they obviously play like a ton of other stuff. And watching his aim on like Soldier is so weird. If you POV it, like it looks freakish, and the buttons.
Look at all those Schmungus believers. I love it.
Yeah. Like originally people thought like this guy's kind of cheating, like he's super good, and he's like killing a ton of people, and like their aim is like all wonky, and then post a picture or post like a video of him using the trackball. It's like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why the aim is like all strange. Oh, look at the viewer Prezzo, 54% to 46.
There are so many Schmungus believers.
Yo, we got a stream team. Well, why are the stream teams not pumping these numbers? This should be 90% to Schmungus. I don't know. But hey, maybe everyone saw the Super Shy matchup.
Disappointing.
Yeah, maybe people are thinking with their heads and not their hearts, and they're thinking that, you know, maybe Super Shy have the
What
edge.
percent chance would you give Schmungus to take one map? Literally 0. But I'm praying they take a map, because it'd be hilarious.
They have a great team. They have a lot of
Well, Chad is more of a believer than I am, unfortunately.
players that you would always expect time and time again, and I'm kind of curious to see what they come in with. Is Schmungus going to play a more traditional style, or are they actually going to continue to silly max?
Oh yeah, I have absolutely 0 faith. I want them to win, but they won't.
I'm down for it, honestly.
Oh, you're channeling a 3-2 for Schmungus. How about that? Because there ain't no way they're gonna 3-1 them.
Alari, perhaps? Why doesn't my streamer play Arnett? What's up with that? against former London Spitfire.
Wasn't SK in contenders? Yeah, that was a long time ago.
You can't play a little bit Arnett on Booster? No, you're just gonna get rolled over. There's just no way. We'll see what they want to run with, though. Looks like no silly maxing. At least
Actually, did she actually ever play in contenders?
I think it like at 12 inches or something.
6'12". Guys, I'm the main character. Look at me.
6'12".
Oh my god! Look at him! Whoa.
Chill. Give me all the fucking resources. Give me your fucking number, right?
You sound like the frog now.
No, she actually played an open division. She never even got to contenders.
I take right side.
I'm right side.
I'm left side.
God, that is Overwatch League prepping right there. OWCS highest level prep work. They're ready. Raxi wants all of the support possible. Looks like Schmungus no silly maxing right now. Boga on the Orisa, very standard comp here.
Let's go, SK.
Kiri. Super Shy going to be a little bit faster in that regard. And
Sag.
falling first to Sorrow. It's going to be a fairly fast push here, I would imagine, especially without the Lucio. Schmungus going to be in a little bit of trouble. Point unlocks, and Raxi also ends up falling to Reiner.
Yeah, that's just a good pick on SK first. Gets the rail up. SK just getting a little out of sorts, and we're actually getting a very standard comp here from Schmungus.
Sure, ML7 farm to window. We press W and we window.
Except for in the spawn room, so excited to see how this one's going to go. This is a very difficult point to try and get out of this door, because you're sort of running through the trigger. You can see how much damage that disruptor shot is doing.
Okay, the window's not great.
But
The window was not ideal. We needed to move up a bit further before using that. That's not Reiner.
They basically forced them back into the choke point, and there was like, you have to use window to get out. And then they used window, they disengage, they terror surge, they use all their abilities to stay alive, and then it was just the Sorrow show. SK just going to pick someone up. Looks like ML7 switching over to the Kiri now after using that window.
yeah, maybe just thinking that the survivability of the Kiriko might help out a lot. They faking over to the left side, going back to the right. Reiner's seen it coming though. Just waiting at the door.
High noon now onto the high ground. Nice little spear. Rakshu is a little bit worse.
Okay.
ML7 snipes.
Will Schmungus get any kills?
Rolling Schmungus back to the spawn. 60% in building now.
Hey, they got one.
By Rakshu. Solbek going way too deep. That sound barrier out of the picture right now for Super Shy. See if Schmungus.
It's not like Jaws said Raksu. Anyone remember Raksu, the Hanzo player?
They're going to be able to get out of the door. Pulse bomb.
Good pulse. Even better Suzu though by ML7. Saving the entirety of the team there. Boga using the terror surge to try and stay alive. All the defensive cooldowns now from the Orisa have been used.
So that got money.
He's got the sound barrier. Same with Sobek, who's made it back to the fight.
Oh yeah, Schmungus low-key don't have a bad DPS line at all.
And ML7's getting up to this rush. They really want to get this one up so that they can run down Super Shy. Super Shy's getting a...
Sound barrier super early there. Schmungus is going to copy that one.
Oh no! ML7, no.
The point is being flipped. SK is going to plant himself on the point, but can they actually follow this up with kills?
Hey, they got point! They did it! They got point! Let's go!
As Rashu just backing off, they know they haven't got ML7. He's only just spawned. It's up to SK to heal the rest of the team now. Dueling off onto the side.
Well, that's about all they're gonna get. Alright, Sobek. You coward. How about you 1v1 SK like Funny Astro did?
Trying for the streamer clip there. Not quite lucky enough. 100 to 14% on the first round.
Just clarify that Lucio 1v1 doesn't count because Zoro...
That's true. Zoro came in.
So invalidated, it's still 0-0. Just in case anyone's keeping the Lucio tracking going, but as you said, Jaws.
I mean, Schmungus is a just for fun team.
They feel very comfortable right now, and Zoro's just finding pick after pick. Doesn't feel like
Difference between contenders and top 500 streamers, yeah.
Something's always going wrong.
And I'm willing to bet some of these streamers aren't even top 500. Like, is SK even top 500? I have no idea.
Schmungus, what you got for us, huh?
Play
SK Life Weaver. SK was rank 1, I believe, in the speed.
Yo, is SK playing Life Waver based?
She's insane at Lucio. If you haven't seen that video, you should go check out that
Oh,
video.
no, she's gonna play Alari.
And we're gonna see something different. What do we got? We got Widowmaker, Alari, Kira.
Bro,
So they're gonna play a lot more
this comp is cursed.
They're just gonna try and spread around and punish Super Shy. So Super Shy are gonna need to be the ones who do something. They're gonna need to get in their face, otherwise they're just gonna take too much damage.
Rashu's super scared there. Missed the headshot, so had to back off.
Rip.
Rotation. Oh, nice. What? Okay, nice kunai. So he also ends up going.
SK's 29th NA right now. Oh, well, there you go.
Well, they have to, right? If you're playing this, you want to have multiple angles with the Alari and the Widowmaker, but...
Metro got top 10 with Mauga. Oh my god.
So that it doesn't feel like you're just getting run down. If you're able to not die from run down, SK dies outside the spawn doors, then you're in a good spot. But we need to start seeing some people click some heads.
This is, I'd hate to break it to you, but this is EMEA. This is not NA.
There's Rhino already in. Defensive wall, Scott. And now not giving Rashu any time to play the game by the looks of it. Good defensive countermeasure.
Boger got a kill though, Sobek got money.
But unfortunately, Boger is the one to fall. The sacrificial lamb. They do trade 1-for-1. Lucio dead.
Yo, Lux.
Super shy. Angle.
There's a kill, there's a kill, hey yo.
On the side, as Rhino ends up falling to a headshot. There's the headshots we needed. But Supersai still in control of the point, as Boger is switched over to the Malga.
Malga for Boger. Okay, speaking of Malga.
You just gotta pull out the Malga. When things aren't working, you go Malga, win the game.
Sobek is absolutely memeing right now.
What is Sobek doing in the backline? It's just escorting Zoro around. 50% and counting now for Super Shy. As Schmungus, they're close to capping this point out.
Hold up, they got one.
This fight as the rush comes through from Super Shy. Takuno does manage to heal up the rest of his front line, and Sobek just isolating Rashu yet again. ML7 laying down the rush of their zone. Normally the better ultimate, the later ultimate.
Oh, a big stomp.
Is that pretty much everything thrown in to try and kill the Orisa, but the Terror Surge was lived long enough there to help that.
They'd use just about everything to kill that Orisa, but they did it.
75% and counting.
And they're still losing anyway. Oh boy.
As the point is flipped, only 10% gain from Schmungus there.
I don't know. I like the Schmungus comp. It's silly. It's cursed but silly. Hey yo.
Oh wow. Okay. Sobek finally put to rest.
They're getting lots of picks here as well. You know what, Jack? I'm gonna say it. I've seen enough. I need more silly maxing. When they silly max, they go to the moon. So I need more silly.
Just be as silly as possible and you win. It's as simple as that.
We're gonna get the flip over and get some percentage on the board.
OT though for Super Shy. Well, I guess this is half silly max. I guess it's not that silly maxing.
It's not that silly. It could get sillier, is my point.
Yeah.
You know?
Anything gets sillier. Alright, Sobek. It's been Sobek and Zoro this whole time, basically, just hounding down Rakshi.
Why it's so hard to play Widowmaker here? There's just so many flanks, it's just so hard to play.
Angle is absurd.
Literally, the only time they're doing anything is when the Widow picks happen. they're purely dependent on Widow picks to win fights.
Okay. save you. I know Pack is like incoming with Sobek. Okay.
Wait, the spawn camp?
I mean,
Oh.
yes, they do. That was so close. Sound barrier used by Sobek there. As Super Shy do end up making their way to point. Sobek booping SK up to the skies, but she manages to get out of the way of all of the damage incoming. Pack not quite so lucky though, taking a lot of damage from their own pulse bomb.
Could Schmungus unironically take a round?
There's a back and forth going on the point. Percentage is still going up. Boga has the cage. He
Ow.
wants to drop it. He's going to drop it on the point. I don't know who's in it. But losing ML7, they're just not going to have the heal.
Rip, never mind.
Slowly bleeding out.
Oh, no heals. ML7 just dying on the pillar there. Just so rough. I mean, Boga dropped down the cage for a little bit more survivability, but unfortunately, it is Super Shy.
All right, well, that round lasted longer than I thought it would.
Number 1.
Yeah, there's something cool.
That's not Reiner.
Shy being a team and then just having a pink Orisa
Questions of the day. Who are some players who did not deserve any OWL awards throughout its 6 years?
Hey, thank you for the $5.
I said I'm almost certain Orisa is a
Who are some players who did not deserve any OWL awards through its 6 years?
You could do Orisa as the Easter Bunny.
Well, Hadi most certainly did not deserve a roll star. Remember IDK in 2019 got a roll star? That one is 100% undeserved. Want to make a command for Reiner? Yeah, I probably should.
That's a cursed skin.
It's not that bad. It's pretty bright and colorful. Like, it's not scary. It's got fangs.
A little bit of curse undertones. Pull it up, production. I need the Rubberducky skin. We need to have. We need to settle this once and for all. But Super Shy do win the first map. Schmungus, you know, pulling out some interesting plays, but for the most part, Super Shy seem to have their number.
Yeah, right now they do. But this is an elimination match as well.
This isn't even like this guy isn't. His name isn't even Reiner. This is just an ult account. It's so misleading.
Taking SSG fairly far on, to be fair. It was a very fun game to watch, like I mentioned. Worth watching the replays for that one. But Hollywood for Super Shy, what do you think?
I don't know if this is Rajaro or Hitori. It's one of them. Super Shy's tanks.
So as we load on in,
it's Hitori. Gotcha.
Maybe filled with confidence after taking Space Station Gaming a couple of the points away from them.
This just reminds me of the Schmungus law that happened when they made.
Oh yeah, Fixa winning roll star was crazy.
Knocked out in their final match, so they just like hard trolled and hard memed in their final match. They're like, "Oh, we're already knocked out. We'll play for fun." So they memed the entire time. But then when they won, they realized that they could actually qualify. So they memed in their final match and then qualified anyway. So you know, maybe this is their home. This is their territory where they're gonna feel at their best, and you can see it once again.
That is up. I mean, this is exactly what they did against Space Station Gaming. We'll have a quick listen in though. We'll see what the plans are this time around.
Oh,
like music.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Hang on. Let me just.
Okay, guys, get ready.
Okay, here we go.
2, 1, shoot the right side. I hit him Winston. There was
Unluckily, it was Winston. Unlucky.
No.
I'll hold around Mega Pack side.
Okay, I'm a monkey booper. I'm a monkey.
I am a monkey booper. What an amazing call out.
Go behind them. Top right behind them. Top. I'm behind them. I'm walking.
Surge maybe.
You play like this for
We're living. They might spawn camp.
Winston.
Draw, by the way.
We need to push out.
Chris is on point.
Let's go. I'm seating.
Curious on me.
I'm wearing the surge.
Oh, Tristan.
Monkey was not booped.
I'm dead.
The insanely calm comms are hilarious, yeah.
We're speaking about calm voices.
I did, Byron.
SK is going to be also one of the calmest human beings alive.
Absolutely.
This ends versus Pep's game yesterday. How was it a 3-2? Pep's genuinely had a really good game.
I am monkey booper.
I booped the monkey. I mean, yes, you got to do it. You got to stop the monkey getting into the back lines. But unfortunately, not to be. 5 minutes on the clock for Super Shy as they take point A.
And Zora's just been a menace so far in this series. Zora's just been hitting pick after pick. It feels like every time Schmungus are trying to do anything, they're getting poked at, they're prodded, and they're losing people. Like QRXU, they would just absolutely rip their head off for just like the slightest peak at the beginning of that round. So now the cart's moving, and we're going to see a mirror Winston from Boga.
Winton, definitely one of his better heroes, that is for sure.
I mean, Schmungus just vibing in general.
On the Kiriko. Zergy looking like they want to try and contend with this payload at the moment. Gonna stop Pack from just getting free push here. Pack does have a pulse bomb. Zergy has theirs as well.
Hey, yo, they got Sobek again. The Sobek has consistently died. Hey, yo, they got two?
Kind of frustrating. Takuno also falling. Okay, good hold from Schmungus so far.
Where's Reiner going? Or I just said Reiner, unironically. Where is the Super Shy tank going?
That's a good trade.
Boga's 1 HP too. They didn't chase SK. SK is just getting booped
around. SK! Run!
Yes, there come the cards. Boga as well healed up in the meantime. Reiner is super low, but they do have the high ground control. 4 minutes to go as they're rounding this second to last corner. On to second. Monkey boop. I'm watching.
We can see they're trying to retake the high ground. Boga has the primal rage, so they can play aggressive. Going to try and disengage from the overclock. Pulse bomb goes wide.
There's the sound barrier.
That sound barrier did nothing. Oh, Boger's like, I've had enough.
There was one. Boga super low now, even though he's in that form. SK sniped out of the air by Zoro. And Boga with no more health, no more leaps, and 360 from Zoro. Oh, almost. And now it's Rakshu's time to try and do some damage with that overclock, but they're just getting hounded. 3 minutes to go now. This payload is slowly moving back, but it is in firm control of Super Shy. They even got the rush, but don't think Schmungus is going to be able to touch it. It's going to be a reset on third.
Yeah, that was an expensive fight for Schmungus to lose as well. ML7 coming up to a rush of their own. They won the team fight last time with that one. You can see Raksu switch over to the Cassidy, Boga over to the Arista. I like this switch. I think there's not as many high grounds. You don't really need to play the Winston in this situation. Oh, nice punish on the Sobek
as well. Okay, trackball god. Oh, okay.
That's let me see the trackball in action. Actually,
that's what I'm saying. Like, watch some of it. Watch some of his aim. It's very weird, especially like the tracking. It looks strange.
So I gotta see a video of this. Zergy, I need a video of this.
He's got a million videos of it, bro.
Oh really?
He's got and he plays with hand cam on stream.
Sorry. Yeah, his track is pretty nice. Gives them a lot more momentum. Both rushes put on the point, but both teams going to disengage. QRXU does get punished.
Where Super Shy logos from? No clue.
They can't get any more staggers. They need to be really careful about losing more and more people here.
ML7's in danger, bro. I don't think there's a Suzu to his name. No, there you go. Dropped on top of the bubble. SK Monkey booped successfully, but unfortunately the primal rage a little bit too strong. A hello and a goodbye from Reiner there. 3.5 minutes to go for Super Shy, and they've got pretty much 3 ultimates. That sound barrier in 20%. They got overclock, they got pulse, they got the tools to finish.
And ML7 over to the Baptiste as well. Zoro's being deadly so far on this Sojin. Schmungus have to find a way to mitigate this value from the overclock.
Oh, good land though from ML7. Just stop that pulse one from finding any effectiveness, but now they have to deal with Sorrow. Everybody's lining up for him almost. Does a body shot SK. Ryan just ended up falling down, so not a tank battle here, but Sorrow is pretty immortal now with that sound barrier, and that should just about do it. Track ball god down. 2 minutes and 53 seconds for Super Shy as they cap that third point.
Oh yeah. Super Shy just putting on a clinic right now of, just textbook.
I played Minecraft on a trackball back in the day. Yeah, Zergy plays on a trackball. They're not implying he's cheating. It's just silly.
As much name value as some of these other rosters at the higher end of EMEA, they definitely are a strong team that you have to keep an eye on, right? I'm sure
it's basically cheating, right? Yes, of course.
That a big feels where it's like we're trying to sort of put ourselves in the upper echelon of these teams in EMEA. You don't want to be dropping maps early, and I don't see Super Shy trying to troll as much as we saw from SSG.
Still winnable, yes. I mean, if they can even cap point, that'd be nice.
Right now, to be fair, I think they're definitely the best team in EU, and definitely want to prove it, right? I mean, Twisted Minds took the main event last stage. But Twisted Minds, it feels like SSG have a chip on their shoulder about that, because everybody rated them like rank 1. They were the best team, so yeah, it feels like they could take it a little bit easier, but Super Shy wanting to prove exactly why they're in this stage. They did qualify as 9th, Scott, just under ex-Oblivione.
Yo, Thor. No mods here? I mean, technically Nightbot has the moderator.
Alright, Schmungus. What are we doing here? Oh,
Boger should play Hog. I agree 100%. Wait a second. He's actually playing Hog. Please play Hog. Please play Hog. Play Hog right now. Oh my god, he's playing Hog! Chat, he's playing Hog! No, don't go back! No. Boger, no!
We've decided that it's now.
Boo!
My streamer, no.
Let's have a look at some Schmungus comms.
Does it work?
Does it work? let's listen to the comms, guys. Is this working?
Something's above. Something's above.
Watch out, here's Row. He's off. Lucio one in that corner.
Lucky right side.
Watch out.
Winston.
I sense danger.
Get on point, boys.
There's security above.
Force point.
Any top.
Oh, bye-bye.
God.
I told you, you're good.
That's a good pull right there.
These comms are so goofy.
I am
I'm
healed.
healing. Here's a pedal for safety.
A pedal for safety in the corner where no one can see that. See, these are the types of professional comms we've been lacking in professional Overwatch.
Pedal the cast over the high ground, and this Rashi was like, I do no damage. I'm at range, I can't do anything. It's kind of, if you get an Ash up there, maybe it goes crazy. I don't know, like Widow or something. But yeah, it's kind of sad that you're a little bit out of range for the cast to do damage. SK with the tree though. She can just pop the tree on the point.
Moment coming. Boger is doing nothing as unfortunately as the.
This is definitely a comp of all time, 100%.
So difficult to get in. You can see as soon as they walk in, they're just.
What is that? What are you doing? What is that tree? What are we doing? What is that tree?
Well, there's the pull, saving Boger's life.
No way, dude. They got a kill.
It's going to stop a lot of that, those sight lines, I suppose. Well, hey. The Alari ultimate too.
Ayo?
It's a big one. Sonic's down. So much sorrow.
They're gonna get point. Somehow that worked.
With a little pylon healing him up. There we go. 2 minutes on the clock. Schmungus saving ultimates going into this next push. A super shy and
Do you think Schmungus would scrim us? Not a chance.
Wait.
Oh, they thought they could touch.
Get on the touch.
Oh, no.
Wow, super shy throwing. They should lose this map automatically now.
Nice little body shot there from L7, just finishes off the Winston. And Pack was like, well, we're going to die here, so I'm going to die on point.
Oh yeah, they're definitely having
You
fun.
can see Super Shy kind of swapping heroes. They're like, what do I play versus this? You know, they have never practiced against the old Malgatorb Cassidy life.
Man, imagine, wait, they're playing Hanzo.
Like throwing darts at the dartboard.
So dishonorable, switching to Orisa.
Unfortunately, I don't think this is like new meta comp. I'll say it. It's the new meta for the...
Play this in your rank games?
yeah.
Actually scared of Schmungus. See? This is what you get.
He just got flattened. Oh my word.
Has Boger and SK just been running around in custom games for the last week?
I think so,
Just like,
yeah.
how do we get the angles?
How do we get the angle? And then the thing is, you can pull both.
Run, SK, run. Oh. ML7 did not get the memo.
There's not a chance there. Oh, good spear as well to Sergi.
Yeah.
They just need his high ground control. Unlucky. All good though. Still 3 minutes. Not a bad push on second, but with the high ground control, it's going to be pretty easy, I'd imagine, for Super Shy to hold, especially with the Hanzo.
Corexu is in a bad spot. It's going to be a stagger as well.
Boger's got Cage. We've got a lot of ults. How about this? Thoughts on this? Cage Tree.
Cage Tree, yeah.
Cage Tree. That is a combo of all time.
Kill you. I like it. You're cooking. How do you get everyone into the Cage Tree without... Okay.
Oh, they actually did it. They actually did Cage Tree. And it failed miserably.
Oh, that's... It looked cool though.
Next time. I think Cage Tree will work next time.
And they used 4 ults. So, ML7 used the Alario as well. A little rough, but they are going to change. It's the...
Oh.
It is the old,
Sniped.
Yeah, QXU is just getting speared all over the place.
Yeah. A little rough. These spears have been pretty accurate from Reiner, I must say. Yeah, they're pretty good at the Orisa. The Orisa character. Pretty epic.
All right, now we have the Torbjorn ultimate. So the floor is lava is going to be in full effect.
So that would have been a better combo. Hear me out. Cage.
That's true.
Well, it's good the casters are having fun with it. I think it makes it more enjoyable, especially for the people who maybe don't watch Overwatch esports, that are maybe just tuning into the stream for the streamers, if anything. A OC9, Boger?
That's where I think you were going.
Oh, he's getting bullied by Hanzo currently.
Oh shit, man.
Bro, ML7.
I don't think it's winnable. Well, there we go. That's the next push down. All right, 1 minute to go. Schmungus, what do you got for us? Okay, Zerg is on the Tracer now. So Tracer, Widow. Pretty El Clasico.
60 seconds. Yeah, now it's an uphill battle, but if QRXU kills 3, there's a chance.
Kills 3, he says. Like, not even just getting 1 pick, but we gotta get 3 to really confirm this.
And Arista doesn't die. She has
Now someone's gonna peek.
Yeah, that's what we're watching, yeah. Oh, Zergy ends up going down, unfortunately, to Sobek there.
Super Shy is very cringe. They're playing Orisa. What losers.
Oh, not quite. Yeah, the Terror Surge. Unfortunately, that tree was a little lackluster. And not SK's fault either. That was mainly just on the spear net from Reiner.
Yeah, how do you stop this Orisa from just running at you?
Oh, Sobek getting a little bit too cute with it.
Nice dodge.
All good though. Sorrow is now at spawn camping. Although the res comes in, she's huge.
SK switched to Mercy, nice.
Wait a second, yeah, because they're running a Widow. That's why. Alright, Super Shy end up taking Hollywood. Schmungus, unfortunately, unable to get to 2 at that second point. But Super Shy on a match point now for themselves. Looking pretty good, I will say.
Yeah, handling the silliness from Schmungus pretty well. Obviously, first point, you know, they did manage to cap it. You're going to get caught off guard every now and then. But honestly, you know, you start to see the weaknesses.
Looks like a ranked game. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Checks out.
WCS as much. Old habits die hard. But I like the idea. You know, you got the cage, you got the tree. We're starting to cook. We're experimenting, Jack. Anything else that you thought you could take away into your ranked games right now?
That's Esperanza's our next map.
Come on.
I thought the idea of like cage core would be kind of sick. I'm just thinking about it now. It's not a combo that I thought about. I feel like that's another forbidden combo. You know, the first forbidden combo is the Flux Bastional. Forbidden combo number 1. Forbidden combo number 2 is the Malga Cage Molten Core. I think that's the second one. Even better if the Torb is like on top, like on the high ground, and you like throw the Molten Core down. I think that was.
So let me get this right. So you need their entire.
Yeah, Schmungus get the reverse sweep, surely.
And you need the
you don't need
to be
all
on the
of
high ground above said 5 people in the cage.
You don't need all of them. You can just get like a couple. But yeah,
a couple of people in the cage.
I think it would be kind of cool though.
So maybe right here, you could use the cage. Torbolt here.
Yeah, you could do that. Okay. You could, but I don't think that'd ever happen because those heroes together don't seem very good.
Hey,
a rush hero versus a hero that sits and shoots with turret. I don't think that's that good. But here you go. Here's the highlights from Hollywood. Esperanza's our next map, Scott. Little push action. Did see a nice little Alari out there, which from ML7, which is good. But yeah, unfortunately,
Schmungus gonna go Wrecking Ball, yes. Or they could play Hog. I think they should do that. I think that they should play triple shotgun, personally.
Schmungus throughout this entire series, like just hitting shots time and time again. Doesn't matter how silly you get, if you're just getting one shot, it's just very difficult to deal with. So let's go over to Esperanza. Let's see what Schmungus can pull out. This is their final map of groups. If they cannot win this one, it will be their last.
They will win this one, Custa. They will. Secret strats incoming.
Well, I was trying to think back to the chat predictions. Was it mostly super? It was like 65% or something. So you know, a lot of Schmungus believers. I believe it. Yeah, about 60%. So not too surprising there. This group is extremely hard regardless, I think, as well. Like Ex-Oblivione and Space Station.
No, Overwatch did not make it into the group stage.
Out of the door, Boga is on the Rhine. No Lucio though. That looks.
Bonus question of the day: pay on corgis. Do you mean like the dog? They're pretty cute.
Pretty sick. Without Lucio, Boga might struggle, but honestly,
I'm chill with corgis. Wait, they're actually playing Rhine. Wait, the Rhine mirror.
Right, that makes sense.
You can pin more, right? Like you can pin
Bonus question of the day. Opinion on corgis?
Yeah, corgis are chilling. We got a Rhine mirror match, the honorable Rhine duel. Oh, see, I see the problem. Super Shy still being dishonest. What is this cringe Symmetra bap? Match them on Lifeweaver, you cowards. Go Lifeweaver right now.
Grab and they go the opposite direction to where they thought they were gonna go. It's like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah. That was the first thing I thought when I saw the grab from Lifeweaver when it first came out. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a troll. People are going to troll. Speaking of troll.
Alright, Boger's gonna dominate. You ready for this?
Boger tried to take high ground. Decides against it though, is Super Shy just stacked right now.
Yeah, Super Shy just slowly holding this high ground now, knowing they don't really have to do anything. You can see
Go, Boger, go!
Oh, good. Back to the bot. Exactly where I wanted to be. TP onto the back line by the looks of it. Or onto the opposite high ground.
Fake Reiner playing Rhine. Yeah, it's kind of silly.
TP straight back in, and it's actually packed the first of all. SK unfortunately caught out.
Oh, Boger! Oh, come on. Boger diffed that fraud. Why you gotta do that?
Prisoners here. Super Shy
does fall. So there should be somewhat of a reset of this team fight. You're gonna see them sitting on the bot a little bit, but I don't see them going too aggressive here. So maybe schmoving.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, ML7.
Oh,
ML7 feeding.
A little differential there in ML7, a little 1v1. There is a Deadeye available. And almost a tree. This checkpoint. It might just get taken for free. Okay, here it is. Oh, wait, is SK gonna
SK's
grab?
on the paddle.
Wait, SK's like, what team?
Team. I have safety over here.
No, Boger's gonna hide.
What are we cooking?
Okay, here we go.
Well, hey.
Oh, wait, okay, maybe not.
Shatter, do it! He's going in! Wait! Observers, what are you doing? Observers! What are we doing? We're missing out on the content. SK just tried to do an epic strat and we pan away from it? Observers are throwing.
Sorry, with a 1v1.
Unreal levels of throwing.
Oh, Super Shy with a... Oh, you hate to see that one.
It's the murder.
Zergy turned into jam.
That's just unnecessary.
Mad respect for that one. Mad respect.
To people. Alright, Window's coming up here. Boger's gonna get his own shout. Let's see if he can do something disrespectful as well.
Window fire strike. Double fire strike. Here comes the sound barrier.
Vulgar, where are we going? Oh, back the heck up.
Here comes the wall.
Bro, where is ML7? What? Where is he?
Really has been his arch nemesis this entire game, it feels like. Sorrow. Bogo.
Oh, big slam.
1 HP.
Oh, rip.
Oh, Reiner with the pin, though. Knew exactly how much HP he had remaining. Just pinning in Super Shy with 90 plus meters. Almost nearing 100. Oh,
SK?
Just a reset.
Yeah, just resetting.
Oh, just a reset.
What?
Maybe they're 1v1ing? I think maybe
Why do the observers keep missing this content?
They just both ended up dying by accident. Oh, dearie me.
I need to see what just happened there.
Oh, ends up getting taken out though.
Yeah, I'm putting on SK stream. Let me see. Oh, I know. I forgot. She's still literal minutes behind. She's still on Lifeweaver.
Going for a 1v1.
I'm not interested in the team fight.
Oh, maybe not.
Okay, never mind. They're coming
Did
back.
someone back out? Sobek with a dishonorable back off.
Okay, here we go. Respect.
Here we go.
Okay, Sobek, here we go. Here we go. 1v1.
Yeah. Let's go, SK. Come on.
Sobek just booping them around though.
Oh,
SK, can she get the donk?
Come on, SK. We win these.
Decent shots from SK are landing.
Okay, here we go.
Fight.
The longest Lucio duel in history. Sobek boops SK down to the floor. She's below Sobek right now, and here comes the out from SK. So we switch over back to the point.
What is moving, just in case you wanted to know?
Just in case.
Come on.
Eventually, we promise. Oh, good shots from Sobek. That's a quad headshot.
Oh no, SK.
1 HP. SK's 1. Sobek gets moved off the map. Oh no, it's all good. Little switch over.
Chase him. Get him.
Hot on their tails. Does Sobek know? No, he doesn't. SK manages to recover.
This is peak. Get him, SK, come on!
Could this be another 1v1-1?
Big pin.
Big pin. MO7's down again. Back to the Lucio.
Oh, come on, really? That's disrespectful. He was gonna lose, you coward!
Beats the rest of her team. Okay, we're back to zero, ground zero again. We're or level zero, I should say. And SK, she's trying.
Come on, SK! We win these!
Yeah, 5 seconds on the amp. Car's moving.
No. Get him! Get him! Yeah! Let's go! SK wins in the 2K. Let SK kill everyone. That's the rule now.
So SK is not only beating Sobek in a 1v1 Lucio, but also Astro. So that's a 2-0 for SK in OWCS in Lucio 1v1s. Can't say no to that one.
So if Schmus
hey, yo.
loses, it doesn't matter because SK won, and that's what really matters. You know, winning the Lucio, honorable Lucio 1v1s.
That's mad facts. And they even built up sound barrier in the meantime. That was so silly. There you go. She's done it. Another Lucio down. Another trophy claimed. Now pushing the bot.
Add to the belt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Super Shy have to lose on purpose. Now that's the rule.
Okay, so Schmus has actually got this Schmovin as well during this time. They're sitting on the high ground. The high noon's going to be really good. Oh,
double high noon. Wait.
Hey, yo.
Rakshu manages to weave it past the window.
Okay, I need to see what this is like from SK's point of view. Wait, hold on, chat.
I beat you guys.
Bogo with a repeat one. Surely Ryan's dead. Yes, sir.
I want to see what it sounds like when she wins this.
The back of that shatter and the high noon there. End up controlling the bot again. Okay.
Alright. Lots of ults used.
Don't help me,
I think ult tracking here is potentially out the window. You know, it's more about just like who can you solo ult at this point of the fight. Takunu is going to come back with the window. If Schmus gets to checkpoint, there's a chance. I got this guy, someone.
There's a chance here.
Oh! Let's go, SK.
Control and a window for Sorrow. Hunting for headshots. Oh, I don't know if he wanted to get down the low ground there. Sobek ends up going down. Maybe embarrassed, maybe thinking about the Lucio 1v1 they just lost.
Yo, Schmungus is gonna get the checkpoint. This is a W. They're actually boomed. SK boomed them. They win this.
Still 124 meters is quite the distance to make up. But Schmungus, they're on the way to do it.
In overtime, anything can happen. They're on a pretty good comp here as well with the Lucio Kiriko. They had the rush for this.
Lucio 1v1 tournament at DreamHack.
He's coming up to a sound barrier, but shouldn't have too much impact.
We'll see.
Is that a flank bat?
Yeah. Why not?
Get that Reiner. Get him. Get that false, fake Reiner. That fraud. That's not actually Reiner.
It's so nasty to kind of deal with. Kill Boga on this low ground. Shatter is
so
close. Oh, the pin from the stairs too. Boga hits him with the shatter. Zergy with a pulse.
Boger diff.
There we go. Rying it down. Sobek gets the revenge on SK. She falls. M7 to follow. And Zergy, Sorrow, has stolen the bot.
Yeah. Keep the car moving. Get rid of those forward spawns. This is gonna get hard. Sobek's waiting in this corner, waiting for the rematch with SK and Zergy.
Hey, are we rematching? Hey, are we rematching?
Lost.
Hey, come on now, please. Just one more time, please. Just one more
Let me
rematch.
redeem myself.
Yeah. All right, 30 seconds to go, Scott. 81 meters.
They can still win.
Pretty close.
They need 43 more meters. They can win.
Ultimates are super shy though. There is no ultimates for Schmungus. There's the TP. There's the wall as well. Everybody is split. Shatter.
No.
3%, but Boga's the first to fall. That magnate went. I don't know, bro. A little cheese. There's the shatter. There's the kill. Super shy with control of the bot.
Sag. GG. That was epic. I don't care what anyone says. That was content.
Somewhat unexpected result, but it was a fun one, which was also expected. Schmungus, you know, as much as, you know, we were happy to see them in groups, didn't manage to get any wins, but they had fun doing it, and that's what this team is all about.
I was about to say, I feel like we all won because we got to watch them go at it. And of course, SK really is the true winner of it all. Taking down those Lucios one by one. I bet she has a hit list somewhere at home. Like, it's just...
Reinmir and Lucio will be honest, the ideal Overwatch map. Yeah, that it doesn't get much better than that. That was awesome.
And I want to see her go against the best of Asia. I want to see the best Lucio because I think Chio down. Chio? Yeah, bring in Chio. Add another one to the list.
There you go. You can have a show.
SK cleared that fraud.
That's so true.
He ain't that good.
He was terrified of me that entire time. You could see
I was
it in his
inside
eyes.
his head.
That was insane 1v1.
If I can do it, anyone can do it. Just randomly pooping on Chio here. He's catching strays. He's done absolutely nothing to deserve this. Either way, let's talk about this match. Obviously, a bit difficult to like get a good read here on Shy because Super Shy because it's not like they were truly tested against Schmungus. I give them kudos though for not, you know, buying into the shenanigans.
Yeah, you know, it's so easy.
They did a little bit right with
drop a map
with the rhyme, but yeah, I mean, a lot of these times they were just playing the Orisa, playing kind of what they were good at.
The next match is sheer cold and one-man army, and to be honest with you, I don't really want to watch that game.
Go to the Rhine.
I'm not particularly interested.
Then you're like, okay.
Okay, we play.
We can toss a map if we need to.
We can toss a map. Yeah, so
One
true.
is tossable for sure.
Yeah, like it was cool to be able to see Schmungus. You know, you saw on the first and a little bit in the second map. They're like, let's try and play somewhat of a normal comp, and then like see how we do. And then when they realized they were like, you know what, maybe our best bet is to get a little silly. And you know, you saw that on Hollywood. They had some value. This Reinhardt duel could have gone either way. You know, just a couple of team fights. So, and you know, there was some disrespectful shatters. Here's the moment of truth, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're the real winners of the series because of this moment right here. Real and true.
Props to any Lucio player that has mastered that weapon because my word, is it difficult.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's one of those things as well, but because you pair that with them like staying in the air, you know, making sure that like they're not falling, staying, dodging, shooting, all that kind of stuff. Lucio duels are no joke, and you know, it's cool to be able to see these players go toe to toe in an official match, I guess, on the Lucio.
There's damage numbers for you.
All stats are pretend, there you go. But yeah, 3-0 overall for Super Shy. I mean, I'm looking forward to see them go up against EXO again, because they had a 3-0. No, sorry, a 3-2. Sorry, went to map number 5 the other day. So that rematch is going to be pretty damn sick. EXO, they only just managed to beat them in terms of a ranking coming
73 and 10. Nice.
Group stage, so that should be a fun one to watch. And well, there you go. Sorrow is our player of the match as well here.
Yeah, Zoro was sick. This entire series, just really so many picks, time and time again, on the Sojin and the Cassidy.
Yeah.
Honestly, Matt, I'm kind of down.
Schmungus struggle for sure, since Schmungus just never really found their footing in those first 2 maps. They would either get picked off or...
They won one metric for the map at least, yeah. But they also won the most important thing of all, the Lucio 1v1. Who really cares about any of the other things?
Like, SK was just descending there from the high ground. He just like hits the head. It's super sick. It's really cool seeing Sojin's. I'm glad Sojin is in the meta and Cassidy too.
You just reminded me, Lux, my Knicks are on right now. They're in a matchup with the Bulls, potentially able to move up to the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference if they win. And the Bucks lose.
The Ex-Oblivionia game, they might have something to be scared of. It's going to be a good match for sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, the first time around it was a very, very close series. Could have gone either way. So I'm interested to hear it from them themselves as well.
Stream yourself playing Torb. I want to see. You want to see the legendary ATP Torb. I don't think anyone wants to see that.
To be set up, and then we hopefully get to chat with them. And if not, we're just gonna do a loser interview. Because why not?
Yeah,
I'll just request that. Alas, we will be in fact talking to the winners. Sorrow is joining us here for a quick word. Sorrow, congratulations on the dub. I dare say it was an expected one. However, Did you guys have any like protocols or rules into place to not get dragged into all the clownery that people expected Schmungus to pull out of that?
Clownery.
I mean, we always basically use as a rule to respect our enemies, so we don't really care who we're against. We always play to respect them, so we don't like underestimate them, and then you just get snowballed.
Schmungus to Fran. I wish.
That's smart. That's very smart.
How are you feeling against about your matchup against alexyOWL again? Obviously, it was a map 5, but like.
Only XK got to duel more than. Yeah. Really, I agree. SK needs to 1v1 all the best Lucios. We've already seen her beat Sobek and Funny Astro. She is on top. She is the best Lucio in OWCS. And you cannot change my mind.
We know how they play and stuff. I think it can be much easier to play against them. Like now we can actually have a game plan.
So I have a question because we actually just talked to a Beak who said something similar of like,
Frogger is the final boss.
Team, as you said, you're a new up-and-coming team to sort of prove yourself of like, hey, we're up-and-coming in EMEA. Is this an important match for you guys to prove that, hey, we're better than this team?
I think the extra match will be really important for us. It's like, I mean, they're a really good team. Like they have really good players, like people who've been to Overwatch League and everything. So if we manage to get the win against them, it'll like actually get our name out there as well, and prove that we're better than people think we are.
I have a follow-up question as well that has nothing to do with your answer just there. How did you feel when Sobek lost the Lucio 1v1 to SK?
Yes, the important question.
SK, how's that going?
I mean, it was disappointing. I really believed him. You know, I typed some inspirational messages in chat and everything, but it is what it is. Like
L.
I get out.
Sobek is now off the team for this performance.
Team should get together and tape review the 1v1 and just have some insights so Sobek can, you know, maybe not do that next time around. Well, we're gonna see you and the squad going at it again in just a week's time against alexyOWL. We're all very excited for that match, for that rematch rather. So thank you once more for joining us and best of luck in that game.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
That was Zorro.
Awesome.
I'm honestly very excited to see that rematch, and I do love that alexyOWL just turns out to be like the.
We need to disable hero limits for a tournament and have double Lucio with SK and Frogger versus the world. Bro, I'm down.
It works really well because like EXO is like a very solid team in EMEA. Obviously their roster feels like it did take a hit just recently, but like they're a very established organization that plays within the EMEA region for a long time, and a lot of players not only to, you know, sort of make their team feel better, it's like a pecking order kind of thing. Like SSG realistically is unattainable for a lot of those teams right now. So it's like, where can we start it and then build from there?
Yeah, exactly. Like EXO, they're not a team to be scoffed at, but and I was like what they were saying, Zoro was saying about their team. It's like, we're kind of new to this pro scene, and we're kind of new, and we're trying to build our names up as individual players and as a team as well. So like, yeah, I'm excited to see where they go from here. You know, maybe not taking down Space Station, but like, hey, alexyOWL is next on the sheet. Just got to be one step at a time, like boom, boom, boom. Just keep knocking them out like Death Note, you know?
We do want to rub it in again though. I know they won and we shouldn't hack on about it, but I do want to rewatch that 1v1 Lucio because now it's not just alexyOWL you have to measure up against, it's also SK's Lucio. And
real.
If you get to take down SK's Lucio, then you definitely deserve to be in this competition. I'm making up rules as we go, but let's actually have a listen in even.
They have a listen in for the Lucio 1v1.
You guys.
Huge. And still won. Bro.
These comms are so vibing, dude. I love it.
I'm going mega. Oh.
Hang on a second. SK's cooking though.
This is content.
No. Wait, hang on. Oh no, actually they're breaking it.
Should I help now? I got this, guys. Someone point. You got this?
Oh!
Yeah?
Good.
We win this!
We win this.
They did not get wild enough.
Yeah, they did not really
People
love it.
We were popping off over here.
Yeah, what?
I'm not even sure the team was.
This is the kind of light-hearted nature we didn't have in OWL for the blowouts.
Just went off doing their own thing. I don't know if we have SK actually on voice.
Oh yes, SK interview.
Are you with us? Can you hear us? It's like the start of a seance. Yes, SK has joined us from the other world. SK, you are officially the Lucio to beat. You got the target on your back now. You're the Lucio everyone has to measure up against. Is that a lot of pressure?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I even beat Funny Astro in the 1v1, so like we're up there.
I know.
Yeah, SK is the GOAT.
2 for 2. Yeah.
All right, SK, my goat. I have a question for you real quick. So obviously you've taken down two of the best EU has to offer. If you were to take another name, if you want to put another notch on your belt, who do you want
Please
to
say Frogger.
Custa.
Oh! Wait, are we setting this up? Overwatch versus Schmungus?
I'm gonna fall off the wall and fall to my death.
We were suggesting Chio if you're interested.
Yeah, how do you feel about Chio?
Oh my god, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. I'm so down. That sounds good.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
We'll call Chio after the broadcast, don't worry.
Yeah,
exactly.
Even though we're in
the connection.
SK, I know you guys are eliminated, but how was the tournament for you? How was the group stage? Did you guys enjoy it? It looked like you were having fun with it.
I had a blast. You know, there was not many expectations for Team Schmungus, but I believe that we exceeded them all.
I mean, you got into groups. I think that enough is surpassing expectations.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about, just having fun. Like, yeah, you made it to the group stage, which is kind of crazy against obviously the teams in the Swiss stage. Pretty sick stuff. Yeah, hopefully we see you again in the next group stage. Fingers crossed.
Yes, hopefully we can have a very good Butchels next Swiss stage as well. Our Butchels was amazing this stage, so that's why we got in, and I'm grateful.
Well, so are we, because we got treated to some top-notch clownery. SK, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck in whatever is to come next for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much love to SK and Team Schmungus. The winners of the hearts, for sure.
I got my producer in my ear being like, we're gonna make you play SK.
You are playing.
Please. No, like, don't even just do Lucio 1v1. We are setting up such a perfect opportunity in Dallas.
2v1 Lucio.
Halftime entertainment show. Overwatch versus Schmungus. First to 3. And there has to be a guaranteed Lucio duel between Custom and SK at some point in the series.
The washed side of the spectrum. So maybe if we're all ganging up together, we make one mediocre Lucio.
3v1.
And then lose the SK.
Yeah.
But
The stars are being aligned. Overwatch esports needs to get on this ASAP. A land battle between those two would feed families. You know how hyped people would be for that? Come on now.
Next in yet another elimination match of the EMEA side of things. All of that happening after the break, so don't go anywhere.
Alright, well anyway, chat. I really don't feel like watching this next match. I think it's going to be Sleeper. So I'm probably gonna end stream here and then come back when NA starts. There is one game in NA that I'm relatively interested in. I think it's the first game as well. My Chungus Life are taking on Students of the Game. Seeker's team versus Rack Attack's team could be a bit of a banger in the works. Oh, hi, Bake. You're just in time for the stream ending. I'll be back, though, chat. I'm going to take a small break, and I'm going to come back for that game. After that, we'll see, because the other NA games, it's kind of like, we're really in for anything good. But I'm definitely going to watch that first one. Until then, though, chat, chill out, have fun, enjoy your day if I don't see you for the rest of it, and I'll be back in a bit.